And we're here.
Hello, jelly spoons.
Tucked and untucked.
Every tucked jelly spoon, every untucked jelly spoon, and jelly spoons that probably should be tucked but are using suspenders to hold them up.
Suspended jelly spoons.
Suspended jelly spoons are... Look, they're new. It's a growing demographic. But we're going to do what we can to welcome them into the fold.
It sounds illegal.
This stream accepts
It sounds
all
illegal.
jelly spoons.
Bro, this is just fucking wild.
Yeah, I played a superhero who was basically he was like a knockoff Batman. In that Bruce Wayne has all the money, so he has all the gear. My dude was like an ex-cop who got caught, like, it was like letting people go if they hadn't done things that were like, if they had done stuff where it's like, I'm supposed to bring you in, but fuck it, like, this is not that big. And so he was an ex-cop for that reason. And he got the ability, his power was the ability to touch any form of media and just know what it was. So if it was a book or a tape or a CD or a hard drive or whatever. And there were some like limitations to it. So like if it was a password locked hard drive. Well, I couldn't download a person's brain, but if it was like a password locked hard drive, like he needed the password. Yeah, there was a point where we went up against Scarecrow with a yellow lantern ring, which is like the ring of fear. So we went up against Scarecrow with a ring that gave him more power the more fear was around him. And the DM was like, all right, everybody make your willpower check to see who's afraid of Scarecrow. And everybody failed it but me. So everybody's like cowering, except for my dude. And he drops down and my guy goes, Crane, I'm not afraid of you. And Scarecrow's like, that's the problem. And then he just cut off my head with a scythe. Like he just made a scythe and I died. And it was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. That works.
I mean, what a cool movie death.
Yeah. I just kaput.
Yeah, that was a fun game. I do remember both of our second characters teaming up to do the best version of the fastball special.
Yeah.
Because it was like a 217-foot tall gorilla woman throwing basically Colossus, but who knew how to fight. So she just winged me into dudes, and I was indestructible, so I just punch into them, and then start beating the shit out of them. It's great.
Instead of throwing tiny Wolverine, throw like a 7-foot tall man made of steel.
Yeah. Good times. We fought a dragon like that. That was great. We fought basically Arcade had set up a death trap and we had to go into it like a video game style VR, but the consequences were real. It was like your real body's in a virtual world he controlled, and the final boss of the
If you
dungeon,
die in the game, you die for real.
Yeah, basically. And it was designed, originally, we thought we were invading, like, Dr. Doom's castle to stop him from basically doing this takeover of a country. Like, he was annexing a country, and we came into, like, under UN orders to prevent that from happening, because he was trying to manipulate, he was coercing governments to support the action. We went in to basically be like, no, none of this now. And then we got sucked into that video game. And as we descended Dr. Doom's castle, we realized, oh, it's just a dungeon. It's like a video game dungeon. And figured out what was going on, fought our way through, and the end boss was a dragon. And it was supposed to be this big, amazing, epic thing, and it really was until the giant gorilla woman threw the steel man into its chest. And Jeff, the GM, realized, I can't hurt either of them.
Yeah.
Good time.
Playing somebody who was that much of a tank in a superhero game, like, if you read Worm, one of the things they say is like the brutes always have to find the brutes on the battlefield, and the reason that the brutes have to find the brutes is because no one else can hurt them. So like Team A needs to keep Team B's brute away from Team A, otherwise the brute will just tear through them. And they're like, and that's why it's always good for every team to have one, at least. And if you don't have one, you have to have a way to get them away from you.
I really liked Worm. I read it again recently, and it's really good.
Yeah, I'm on like book 17. I started it a couple weeks ago. I slowed down, but I was like, I'm just gonna slam through this. And then I realized about halfway through, like, it's real big.
It is real big.
So, all right. Well, I believe we're ready to play. Last week, we had some more exploration. The team kind of patched themselves up after the fight downstairs against a Dolgaunt who was covered in runes, and another thing, which was called a Dolguru, which was what happens when you take an ogre and manipulate them to Daelkyr. After that, they decided that they were going to, just kind of like look around. They were checking out everything. Zoract touched the rune-covered body and began to undergo a transformation where her body got covered in those same runes, and the spirits that she was bound to began to get sort of forcibly evicted and replaced with different ones. And all of the ones that it was getting replaced by were spirits of the plane of Risia. So, I believe that none of them are spirits that Zoract actually knew, right? Like,
That's correct. Yeah, she
like,
doesn't fucking know any of these.
She doesn't know any of them.
I mean, she figured out some of it, but...
And, so basically Zoract has 4 new and kind of conflicting spirits in her head, making her act a little weird. She's monotone and aggressive and hateful of mages and mellow. So that's fun. As the party is adventuring around, they discover another couple of maps. They take those, they go upstairs, they find a library, they examine that for some more information. As everybody is sort of separated, Delian finds an ally who sort of resembles a sort of like long, fat slug with one eye at the end, called a winter cyst. And that winter cyst promises him safety and protection in exchange for safety and protection, which, given that Delian is kind of panicking being down here, seemed like a pretty good deal at the time. And so he decided that he would undergo the joining with the symbiote, and or if you watch the Venom trailer, the symbiote. And
no.
Anyway, the group originally was in this room. They came in through this door right here, and then they saw these two things, and they went, "Those look big. Let's leave. But let's realize that there's stairs right there. We might be able to come out of those." And then they found these stairs downstairs. They were in the library, and they said, "Look, we should just climb up them, get behind whatever these things are, and just go, fight. Like, just end whatever this is, see if there's anything else we can find. And if there's not anything at the top of the tower, then let's get out of here." And they were like, "Yeah, let's do that." And they got up here and they started sneaking. And they weren't super sneaky. This one right here realized what they were doing and was just watching them. And then as Sharut went to pick the lock, it just started running to start combat. So we are going to start from there. And I'm going to make sure that these things have their names floating. Here we go. right. So let's roll for initiative, everybody. Oh,
What?
And to let everybody know, everybody got 2 hero points last week for generally having beaten the threats of the castle so far, and for just being kind of generally heroic. So we're gonna start combat. Everybody knows this combat is starting, so there's no surprise rounds. Like, you see it watching you, and then it just suddenly, like, slams its whole body around and starts running towards Sharut. So, we're going to start
I
from
really
there.
needed to happen happened.
Yeah, the thing you really needed happened, which is you really wanted to go first. Zeract.
Yes.
You see a large sort of black stone, black ice sculpture of Drow Couture, and a slightly less large black stone, black ice sculpture of Predna's Kaldurgs, and they look to be headed your way. Well, the way of you and your group, not you specifically.
Well, Zeract is going to. No, I can't do a damn thing because the game is paused. Okay, there we go. So Zeract is going to move out of here.
Yep.
And we'll take the total defense action.
Sounds good.
It's like the smartest thing I can do right now.
Yeah, sounds good. All right, and after Zeract is going to be Dandrin.
I'm going to swap using my weapon rack backpack, my hammer, for my Bardiche, and I'm going to brace for the charge.
Like, I understand how dangerous this could be, but I like it when a PC begins a combat by going, and I'm gonna remove my shield.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, you brace for a charge. Lumio.
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Totem. I'm going to move to here and use spend an extra spell point to put a totem down faster. And I'm going to put down the Totem of Foresight, which also requires a spell point. So I'm burning 2 spell points to get this up. But that's the one that lets us attack 2 targets, or swing at 2 targets and choose which attack goes off, which is especially good for Dandrin, I hear.
Okay, so you're dropping 2 totems right at the beginning?
Just one at this point, yeah.
Just one,
But it's going to be the one that does Foresight, and I'm going to not concentrate on it. So I'm spending an extra spell point to get that to happen. So
okay, can you go ahead and roll your 10% for me, please?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Totem of War.
All creatures within meteor range of the target or the target area benefits from the effects of their teamwork feats for 1d6 rounds. You don't have any teamwork feats yet, so that doesn't do anything.
Do they? No.
Nobody
Okay.
has. No.
No.
All right.
Most people don't take teamwork feats because a lot of characters are very specific to, like, this is what I can do. So, but if you do make a build around it, they can be pretty good. But okay, so you spend your points to drop that one. And so you're only dropping the one right now. That's what you said?
That's right.
Okay, cool. And after that is going to be Sharut.
Picking a lock is not something I can do in 6 seconds.
No, picking a lock takes longer than 6 seconds.
Yeah, I figured that was the case. And this thing looks like it's got its ire directed towards me, correct?
It's looking in your direction, but most of you are in that direction.
Okay, if I were to go behind the pillar here, would I be safe from a charge?
You would have cover. You would not be safe from a charge, given that reach is a thing.
Okay.
You can charge a character with reach. You just take the cover penalties to your attack roll.
Well, biscuits.
Well, biscuits.
Well, biscuits.
No,
Okay,
no,
one last... No.
Oh, hamburgers.
no. You put a biscuit in the well, all you get is a soggy biscuit. That's awful. Don't do that.
Well, no. Sometimes you just want that moisture. I guess I'm gonna do a knowledge check on... No, because I've already tried that today, haven't I? Bugger.
Wait, already tried what?
I've already tried a knowledge check on these today, right? Or is that yesterday?
No, that was yesterday. Also,
Okay.
they are two different creatures, so I believe you can only target one at a time.
I'm not using the scout ability. Just doing a... Well, yeah, I'll use the scout ability, because I can do that as a move action.
That is a swift action.
Oh, okay. I'll do that.
Okay. Which of them would you like to target?
The biggin.
The biggin. All right, please roll.
That is a... engineering, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that...
It is engineering works, since it is a construct. Knowledge Arcana would also work. With that one, that tells you, let's see, creatures' weaknesses, or lack thereof. Okay. So, in terms of weaknesses, or lack thereof, it doesn't have much in terms of weaknesses. It only has much in terms of lack thereof. This is a carotid column. You know that it has flat damage reduction against all physical attacks. You know that it has the construct traits. The construct traits are basically that it's immune to anything unless that thing could also affect an item. And it's also immune to things like death effects, mind-affecting effects, necromancy, paralysis, poison, sleep, stun, any effect that requires a fortitude save unless that affects an item. And you know that carotid columns are also immune to magic. They are immune to all magic except for 3 specific spells. And they are Transmute Rock to Mud, Transmute Mud to Rock, and Stone to Flesh. Any other magic, if it provides, if that magic has a spell resistance check, just fails. If it doesn't have a spell resistance check, it can do stuff. But
Okay. Similar to other statues. No weakness. Take less damage. Careful. And then he's going to... I think he's going to follow Zarak's lead. I don't know if I should move or not. Bugger all. I think moving there would... Yeah, moving there should stop the charge. Right? No, because of reach. Ah, bugger.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
you can get fully away from it, there's not much you can do to stop a charge. Like, it has reach. Your best bet if you want to get to cover is to get to cover. Or do something like that. Like, go around a corner so that it can't run at you.
I think that's what I'm gonna do, because if Sharut gets hit by this thing, he's probably just dead.
I mean, maybe.
Most likely.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Sharut's gonna book it. and that'll be his turn.
Okay, sounds good. I need from you an acrobatics check. Since you are booking it on the icy floor. You're fine.
Yes.
You're doing great.
Wow. Wow.
Other people have done great before, but no one's done as great as you. You're doing great.
Today, right now, this minute.
All right, and after that is going to be Delian. Danger.
Yeah. I can see that.
Safety?
Yeah. Safety. Safety. And, like, aloud he's going, safety. Safety.
He's becoming Palpatine. Bring me the halflings. I find them safe.
The Hefling.
Safety. Lord Vader.
Why can't safety instead of that just be Palpatine?
Safety will be Palpatine from here on out.
Start killing boffins.
I just love it. Like,
I figured if I had a weird thing that's like, let me join with you physically, come out and go, safety, you would have been like, get away from me.
has a cloak, just really ashen skin. Safety.
Protection. Joining.
Dark side.
Discontentment.
Treason. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna try to scooch you over here as he's trying to conflict with, like, trying to think of a plan to work out while having Safety Palp trying to tell me that I need to run away.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, I guess, and then I'll do, is that a total defense, I guess? Because I moved, I don't know if I can do that.
I believe total defense is a 4-round action, but let me check. I haven't made anybody that's done it in a while.
I know, when I heard it, I was like, oh, a brilliant idea! And I forgot what it does.
You can just fight defensively.
I can just stand here, dodging, while I get myself beaten to death. It's a standard action for total defense. You get a +4 dodge bonus to your AC.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
And I believe...
Hell yeah, that please.
I believe if you have acrobatics, you get even more.
You do.
Because acrobatics helps with that total defense. Let's see. If you have 3 or more ranks in acrobatics,
I do.
You get +6 when using total defense instead of +4.
Oh my god!
I mean, you can't do anything. You're just standing there dodging.
Yeah, but still, could have saved Deline a whole buttload of times.
Yeah.
Now I know. A whole new safety.
Safety. All right, so Deline will move to the side slightly and will get his dodge and boots on. And then Caryatid is gonna charge.
Down the stairs.
That'd be so funny if it just followed Chirrut. And Chirrut's like, no! So, Dandrin,
Yeah.
it's gonna move up to you.
Yeah.
So it's actually gonna move to there. But you have the reach for it. You have a held action.
I would like to expend my brace for the charge, as I have braced for this charge.
I, as a DM and player of Pathfinder, am eager to see brace for charge be useful at all. Please make your attack roll.
Okay.
Oh yeah!
Good God!
Holy fuck!
I have a question. Would a 19 confirm?
Yeah, because it's running.
Yeah, I spend a hero point and add 4 unnecessarily. It applies to both.
Sure, do it.
Yeah.
Please total your damage for me.
I also have to roll it normally, and so I'm just rolling this for the damage because brace adds 1 additional doubling, but D&D math triple becomes quadruple instead of
Correct.
hectuple.
Yes.
So
A double
ignore the
doubled.
to hit.
A
It's
double
just for
doubled
damage.
is a triple in Pathfinder. Oh well, that makes that better.
Yeah. Oh God, my wife.
Oh, I'm horrible. I'll be back.
What? No, you just surprised me. I didn't even hear you come in.
I was like, oh God, my wife.
It's my turn, wife. It's my turn. I love you, but I have to. I'll talk to you in just a moment.
Okay.
I'm trying to save the world.
trying.
I'm saving people's lives.
Delian's just cowering. I need to be the hero.
Right. Okay. So total damage is let's see. So that's that plus that becomes, I believe, my total damage, if this is calculated correctly, which it does appear to be, is going to be 56.
Damn, dude.
Hot dog.
Okay. You like just jam the Bardish in this thing, and it takes a solid hit. Your thundering blows is incredibly potent on it. It is not down, but it does not look good.
If he had one-shot this, I think the campaign would have ended.
All right, guys, that's the first real heroic moment. Let's call it there. All right. So, sorry, you said your total damage here was 56?
Total damage will be 56. It is a thunderous blows, and if its DR is based on hardness, I ignore it.
The DR is not hardness. It just has DR 5/dash. It's not an animated object, so it's not based on hardness.
Okay.
So, sorry, and I just forgot the number again. You said 56?
Yes.
Okay, cool. It is floating 51 feet in the air.
Wow.
It's gotten taller.
It's gotten taller. My God. Now it is going to swing down at you, Dandarin, with some beef claws.
Who gave it beef?
That's a good question.
It was what was for dinner.
All right, and
So that'll hit.
that'll hit. You take 6 points of damages. And I need you to make me a will save, please. This is not against magic.
Does not count as a spell effect. Okay. Oh boy.
Is this thing made out of black eyes?
Is it unusual stonework?
Technically.
Is it a
Have a
poison?
surname.
Does it have a surname? Can you please describe the banana content of the monster in question? All right, that one's going to make it. And it's going to swing with claw number 2.
Oh, it gets to attack with both claws on the charge. Oh no.
Both claws on the charge.
I'm not using my shield.
You are not.
That does hit me.
9 damage. And can you please make me a will save?
I mean, yep, sure can.
Okay. You made both.
Yay.
Yeah, you just feel like there's something sort of tugging at your memory as it's hitting you, and it's not just the pain. It's like
Do I have a memory of something tugging at my memories in a similar fashion?
you have a memory of something tugging at your memory in a similar fashion, but you can't really place it.
So weird. I feel like I've been here before.
All right, and that is the carotid. The next thing, by the way, these aren't here now. These will be the creatures. So yeah. Tertia, it's your turn. The big 4-armed construct just ran up and hit Dandarin with the 2 upper arms, which are the ones that end in the massive claws.
Sure did. Hang on 1 second. I need to make sure my feet is applied.
Oh, Dandarin. 1 second. This probably won't matter at all for your Bardish, but your Bardish takes 15 points of damage. This doesn't ignore the enhancement bonus or the hardness, so I believe that's a total damage of 3 due to its enchantment.
Is the Bardish made of steel?
Yeah,
Default hardness of steel, I believe, is 15.
it's 10.
I'll double check.
Yeah.
If it's base weapons, if base weapons is just 10, then it would be 12. So yeah, it takes 3.
Yeah, so.
Oh no.
All right, sorry about that. Tertia, your turn.
I'm going to spend a hero point before I roll.
Okay.
Ignore the 2d10.
Okay. So you're doing push shot, but not deadly shot?
Correct.
Okay.
But I am using deadly shot. I'm not adding the damage.
Oh, okay, because adding the damage cost you your focus.
Right.
Okay. Gotcha. You do hit. Your damage is 9, so it will take...
It is 2.
It's 2. It says damage 9.
The 2d10 was because of the base thing
Right.
he had to do.
That would be the deadly shot damage that I'm telling you to ignore.
Oh. Okay, sorry. I didn't see that it was totaling it. My bad.
I forgot to uncheck that. I assume that doesn't go through.
That doesn't go through. However, per the
does
read
activate
of this, yeah, this is a successful attack. It's just not successfully damaged. So, go ahead and give me your bull rush attempt.
I should really move this to my thing.
Oh.
Holy shit.
Okay, you push it, but not by much. It goes one square this way.
Great. Perfect. That counts. That means I can switch my weapon.
Sounds good. Like, you hit it, and for a second there, it's kind of teetering, like it doesn't know if it's going to move, and then it just kind of softly steps back.
And then I will go there.
I need an acrobatics check from you if you're going to move it more than half speed.
Oh, good. Hey, look.
You'll be prone right there.
It
Well, it had
finally
to happen
happened.
eventually.
You throw it, and you're like, now I'll just saunter away. Hoo-ha!
Oh, hey, there's ice on this floor.
Yeah.
Guys, watch out! It's slippery.
All right. Well, I think my best thing here, since the caryatid's in the way, is this dude is gonna charge Lumio. I believe. Yes. So, Lumio, you have the big Iceman of Predna's Kalbergs charging you. And it will lash out with its spear at you. It just sends this like spear of this sickly looking black stone and ice.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Lumio's eyes get somehow wider, despite not having the ability to do that. You know, that face that happens just before you're hit by a train, that's what happens. On Lumio's face.
Okay, so it does 13 total. And of that 13, 6 of it is cold.
Okay.
And that is its turn. Oh, wait, I need you to make me a will save, please.
Okie dokie. Save. Will.
All right. You're fine. You're doing great.
Okay.
No one's ever really done this well before. Go you.
Yay! Alright. Feeling good about that.
Zeract.
Yeah.
I mean, you're walking, you're dodging. You feel good. You don't really feel cold anymore. You can't really tell if that's the potion. You're not slipping and sliding. That's pretty nice.
That is pretty nice. Really, like, in order to get to any of these things, it's taking a hit time, and that's sad. That makes me sad.
Yes, they all do have reach if you wanted to run in and say hello.
Sure. Why not? She'll move to the side and then in.
Okay.
So she'll take an attack of opportunity for sure.
It no longer gets its charge bonus, so let me check real quick.
AC is lowered because of the charge, right?
AC is lowered because of the charge. AC's lowered until the start of its next turn, but it only gets the bonus on the attacks from the charge. And it missed. Rolled a 3.
Beautiful. In that case, we're just gonna give it a swing and see what we can do. See, this is probably. Wait a minute. Something happened here. I don't know why that. That's what I wanted. Okay. That's what that is. That's not the attack I was looking for. Hold on.
Swinging the big flail.
That. Yes, I do want to make a new weapon attack. Whatever. I'm just going to swing the mace and add 1 to it because it's the same.
Sure.
Does a 17 hit?
It does.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Holy shit! Okay. Well, wow. I now I have to do damage, and I don't think I've had to do that in any meaningful way for a while. So.
And it's a heavy flail too. It's like a D10, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I remember
D10
watching
plus one even.
I remember watching a movie. It was a Joan of Arc movie, I think. The Mila Jovovich one.
Holy shit!
Ow!
Damn.
Nice. Max damage.
My God.
And there was a dude that used 2 flails, and it was just. It looked impractical, but it was also like, this guy looks incredibly dangerous.
Kind of amazing.
Yes, you do a big crack with your flail, like, to the side of its leg, and it kind of, like, totters for a second, and then takes a half-hearted swipe at you as you're closing. But you managed to duck under. Is there anything else Zeract would like to do?
I think that's it for the time being. Zeract is shocked. This has been great.
I'm shocked.
Really? Yeah, just phenomenal.
All right. Well, with that in mind, we will jump to Dandarin. Dandarin, you got Zeract closing in on one, and Lumio is apparently closing in on the other. He's got some sort of devious plan. Let's see what happens.
Right. I'm going to step up. And I'm going to target its claws, because I can do that.
You can indeed.
So I'll roll this twice and see what happens.
So it has it has 4 arms, but the bottom 2 look like arms, and the upper 2 are these huge claws.
I will be targeting the 2 claws.
Okay, gotcha.
So claw number hand doesn't matter because they're identical, right?
Correct. It doesn't matter. We'll just say, like, if you hit...
We'll just say left, right.
Yeah.
So left claw, right claw. We'll be going with the left claw.
Well, since that's the one that hits, that's the better choice.
And while normally against non-constructs, it would just take a penalty of -2 to hit, this thing's going to take the full damage because it is, in fact, a construct.
Yeah, so you did a full 20 damage to the arm. Would you like to tell me a story about the destruction
Holy shit.
I
of the
would.
carotid of Drow?
After bracing for the charge, he's still in denial about the thing that happened last week. And he's just like, no, I'm a Soranath. This is Soranath blood. This damned thing, this construct, I'll tear it apart like a real Soranathi. And he just bashes in its chest, and then he sees Zeract come in and kind of like weaken one of its legs, so he just like comes in with a spin, and as it goes to like swing back towards Zeract to scoop her up, he just catches the hand and just shatters it, and ice fragments all along the thing's body into its torso as it falls to pieces and scatters in towards this pillar.
Nice.
And then he'll stare at this one menacingly.
The carotid is
Yeah,
destroyed in 3 hits.
Wow.
Well done.
On the list of things I didn't really think that would happen until I realized how thunderous blows worked.
I was like, oh man, I hope my dice luck doesn't do the thing it always does, and then it didn't.
Dude, if you would have
I'm
rolled
just
a
saying.
1 on the brace for charge, it would have been hilarious.
I would have spent a hero point.
I mean,
but
it
yes,
would have
that
been
would
hilarious to you, but I would
It
have
would
liked
have been. So I was like, this can only go one of 2 ways. It's a 1 or a 20. And then it was a 20.
Yeah. All right, so that is your turn. You stepped forward, you swung. Lumio, it is now your turn.
Okay. I don't want to be killed. That sounds like a bad time. So I'm gonna. Can I take a step back?
Yeah, you can 5-foot step.
Here? Okay. Since I'm not concentrating on the totem, it stays up just fine. And then I would like to put down a new totem.
Uh-huh.
This time, I'm going to do one that I don't have in my in my play pool. So I'm going to be spending one of those wild magic things to increase the probability by 100%.
Yep.
So that we get the that damage dealing one, because that one actually helped, and I didn't have to aim or anything. So that's the one I'm going to go for.
Wait, was that the one that just dealt damage periodically?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
Damage over time.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me your D100 roll. I believe you're at 110%. So you only trigger once.
Oh, nuts. And then that's another War Sphere.
All hostile creatures within close range of the target or center of the target may take a free move action immediately. Okay, so you drop it down, you back up, you drop it at your feet, and then it's just here again.
Damn.
Oh,
Danderun?
Danger.
So you took a move action, you took your standard action. Did you have anything else that you want to do? Swift actions, whatever.
Safety?
Safety.
Safety.
All right.
Yes, I would like safety, but other than that, I see my time.
Okay. Well, then it's Sharut's turn. Sharut the coward, what would you like to do?
Sharut the coward will do another scout on this thing.
On the
If he
ice
can.
golem. All right, go ahead and roll it for me.
What knowledge is that?
So since it's a construct, I will let engineering work. Knowledge Arcana will also work.
Huzzah.
Well. So in terms of weaknesses, this one actually has one. Its weakness is that it is actually made entirely of ice. It does not have a stone core like the other one did. So it has a weakness of a vulnerability to fire. In terms of lack of weaknesses, it has DR5/adamantine. It has all of the construct traits. It has cold, meaning that the basically the damage that it deals to people with its attacks is also done when they hit it. That's one of its defensive traits. And like all golems, it is immune to spells. Any spell or spell-like ability that allows spell resistance, it will automatically succeed, with the exception of 3 different types of spells. Number 1, fire spells bypass this. Number 2, cold spells bypass this. And also, hold on. Fire spells bypass it, and they deal damage like normal. Lightning spells bypass this and slow it for 2d6 rounds. It becomes very slow. Cold spells bypass this, speed it up, and heal it. So that's how it works.
Okay. Vulnerable to fire. Can slow with lightning. Weak to adamantine. To break through defense. Careful. Will hurt when you attack in close quarters. And then he's gonna... he'll fire off a shot using his sniper ability to get the extra damage.
Okay. Take your shot.
And of course, flashbang, because flashbang do flashbang things.
Mm-hmm.
But since it's a construct, I know poison will do jack. Let's see, point blank shot. And then damages.
That'll hit.
Okay, he takes 20 points of damage, and I don't think constructs don't have to do fortitude saves, right?
No, because you can't blind an object, so they're just immune to it.
Okay.
It's not
And
actually
then-
using like organs to see. It's magically seeing.
Okay, and then because he needs to keep his title as the coward, he's going to move around his corner.
Oh, cowardly Sharut. That's who he is. All right. And after Sharut would be Delian. Delian, I see that you've moved into melee with a creature. Time for some true heroics.
Cool. I'll drop a sphere of darkness and then teleport to the other side of the wall. No, I'm just kidding.
It would just be real funny if you did, because that fucks over the 2 other party members that are close to you. And it does nothing against this monster.
It does absolutely nothing but safety. Very happy.
Yes, safety.
I mean, that's an assumption. We don't know what's behind that wall.
Beans. That's very true. Heroics.
He just made a raspberry and went, heroics.
Trying to get into character. Fuck. Oh man, I hate this.
You seem
Nah,
to be on some
safety.
sort of pot.
Yeah, I'm getting off it. Safety wins out.
Okay, so you 5-foot step in total defense?
Sure do.
Sounds good. All right, and after that is going to be Tertia. Tertia, it is your turn. It's your turn.
It is my turn. I'm going to stand up. If I'm in melee range, make your attack of opportunity.
You are in melee range.
When standing up, am I still considered prone?
Yes, because it the attack happens before the attack of opportunity happens. So that's actually an armor class 18, and I don't believe you have your dex.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay, so
I mean, I have dex. Prone doesn't get rid of that.
yeah, my bad. So that is going to be 1 sec here.
Painful. Mm-hmm.
It's that is 10 points of damage, with 1 point of that being cold damage.
Got it. So 9 points of damage.
Okay, so you didn't take damage from the cold, so you do not need to make me a will flex or a will saving throw. I said will flex save.
A will flex save.
Can you give me a will
save.
flex? Can you give me a will flex save?
I don't like that. I'm gonna drink a potion. I am now affected by blur.
Okay. Sounds good. And I believe that's both actions. You stood up and you did the thing. So
You're dead.
all right, it is its turn. It is going to move here and then make an attack. This is going to go against all three of you. I'm going to start with Delian and then go to Lumio and then go to Tertia. Oh, hold on. I do make a separate attack roll. Okay. I just had to check. So, Delian, Lumio, Tertia. Delian, I believe that misses you because you're total defense.
Yep. Well, even without it. But yeah.
Lumio, I believe a 19 hits you, and Tertia, I hope a 27 hits you.
Yeah, most certainly.
Okay.
That beats me by like 11.
All right. So, it looks like you both get the same damage. Separate attack roll and same damage. Yeah. So, that will be 15 damages, and of that 15 damages, 5 of that is cold.
Lumio is, I believe, knocked out. I'm double checking.
Okay.
I need to share a thing with you guys real quick.
Yeah, Lumio's knocked out.
Damn.
I'm not,
Wait, that's not.
but I
right.
did take cold damage.
That's the right one. There we go.
Since you did take cold damage, can you please give me a will save? Lumio, I will also need a will save from you.
This is your new symbiote.
Nice. Tertia happens to you. Lumio, you go down without taking this. Tertia, you take... Oh, I don't roll for this. You take 2 points of wisdom damage.
Oh, great.
As memories just start to become sort of slowly calcified and frozen over in your head. They are harder to access. And
Which also drops my will save.
yeah, I mean, I don't know about the secondary effects, man. I'm not really here for that part. I'm just here for that. Zeract.
She's gonna move in.
Okay.
Oh, wait, you need to roll mischance.
Oh, I do need to roll mischance. Blur. Who even uses blur? It's fine.
Low-level characters.
Yeah. It's fine. He does his thing.
Yep. Yeah, I know. I saw the roll.
All right, I'm gonna work the +1 into this for right now. Does a 19 hit?
A 19 will hit. It does not get an attack of opportunity against you, I believe. Oh, no, wait. Hold on.
Has it already used its reaction?
No, because Tertia's turn happened, then its turn happened, so it has its reactions back. So
Okay.
it will swing at you. Does a 16 hit?
It does not.
Okay, so go ahead, and it is out of attacks of opportunity for the moment.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Good
Why
God,
haven't
we
you
should
been
get
using this the
ahead.
whole time?
It should have been.
All right. You do a solid thwack with the Bashk heavy flail. And was there anything else that you wanted to do?
No, that's good for right now.
Okay. And Dandarin.
Yep. And now I'm going to target it. Just had to make sure I was, in fact, unmuted. Going to go ahead and target it, because the totems are still up, right? Does he spend spell points?
Yes, the totems are still up because he spent spell points on them.
Okay. In that case, I will target... so is it the spear he's wielding, is it like... Does it look like it's also made of ice, or it looks like, oh, he's holding an actual spear?
No, it's the spear is part of the golem.
Target the spear and the golem, so targeting to hit an AC.
Okay, sounds good.
And so weapon will be first, AC will be second.
Sounds good.
And I did not charge, I just moved up because I didn't want to make an acrobatics check.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Well, it looks like the spear hits soundly.
Yeah, let's see what the other one looks like.
Not
Yeah,
as
we're gonna go with the
as
spear
pretty.
hit, and we're gonna say
49 damage.
yeah, we're gonna say 49 damage.
Dandarin, tell me a story.
So once again, he comes up and he's still fuming, and he sees this thing turning to swing its erect, and he once again just comes up and goes, "Not today," and just swings up and just shatters through the spear and into the chest and right through the ice golem as he shatters a part of it on top of Delian and Lumio.
All right. It breaks. It soundly shatters, and you see that this thing is made entirely. Whereas the other one did have sort of a statue that was covered by the Stygian black ice from Risia. This one is made entirely of it, and you have broken both. We are out of combat.
Lumio! I'm going to go and start fixing Lumio immediately.
So,
So wrote, I want Hopsitle.
what optional?
Stay with me, Lumio. I believe that heals him for 20,
That will heal him
because
for
I rolled a
20.
15.
Yeah,
So.
that'll heal him for 20.
I said not today.
Is the did all of the ice golem crumble? Is its spear also crumbled?
Yeah, the spear was completely part of the thing. So there's a lot of like Risian black ice if you want that, but there's no actual weapon here.
Sherroot will dress Tercia's wounds.
Okay.
We'll do that as a heal check.
While this
I
is going
assume
on.
This is the same as true of the Caryatid column.
Tercia will heal 7.
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Justin?
I assume that the same is true of the Caryatid column. It's all one piece. There's no stuff.
The Caryatid column actually had a stone core that was then covered by the ice. So there is stone there, but there's no like items or weapons. It also wasn't using weapons to fight. It was just rending stuff with these huge icy claws, which would have been super impressive if it got a second turn. It would have been great.
I believe you. I do.
Yeah.
Here.
When it would just reach out with the small arms and just hold you and then use the big ones to like just tear you apart. Like I had a whole thing planned and as per usual, the dwarf ruined it.
And then someone braced a charge.
I'm happy that it worked.
That's 2 for 2 for brace charges for me.
Yeah.
I've hit with both of them, and I think I've crit with both of them, too.
Like, bracing charges is never really, like, all that impressive. So the fact that it's working, like, I dig it.
Mandarin got 2 crits that combat.
Yeah.
Like a boss.
Yeah.
He got so tired of rolling nothing, he put his computer in the microwave.
Well, all I had to do was not have the fan on for a minute, and nature did the rest.
He
You
downloaded
just need to
more
suffer
RAM.
the heat.
He downloaded more RAM, and it made the whole combat go faster.
Yeah.
So, yes, you are able to heal Tertia a little bit. Dandrin, you're able to heal Lumio a much higher amount.
I'm assuming that's not a whole lot, though. I'm assuming Tercia needs more.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All
It's
right.
like, okay, thanks for that Band-Aid. How about the rest of the blood?
And you live without rest of blood?
the doctor to his patient.
Maybe. But I would probably be able to live longer with the blood.
This is sound. Hold still.
Sharut thinks you giant baby.
Correct.
I'm blanking. It's /R, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And space the. Okay, you heal 12 points of damage. How are you now?
Give me a second. Could use a little bit more.
Alright, well, I guess I have time to make more salves. Oh.
As you're making them, Delian just
Heal.
kind of like
Heal another 12.
So you're saying that you're
Okay.
making more
That should be
salves right here?
I'm going to have to, because I need to use one more on... Well, no, I don't have to, because I still have stuff in the kit. I just down
Was that
salves.
Delian?
Oh, that was Tercia. So Tercia, you healed another 12. Anything in excess is temp HP.
You didn't get excess, but I'm good.
Okay.
I'm a tad banged up as well, but Travis was trying to say something.
no, it's all good.
Yeah, Travis, did you need healing?
No, Delian was just going to make a snarky quip about the fact that you didn't use the bomb that you spent all this time making.
Andrin had it well in hand. Why waste a bomb when a dwarf can just burst the statue? Okay.
You know how
plus-
dwarves hate art installations. That's established fact.
I'm willing to believe it at this point.
Teach from very young age. In goblin tribes. Goblins know. Yes.
I feel much better.
Okay. Excellent.
Ah!
Why is it
Want some
moving?
more, do ya?
It's because I figured that Noah probably had his character sheet open, and then he would close the character sheet and go, ah! So, anyway.
Let's try.
Yeah. Lumio, you're brought back up. How are you doing?
I'm mostly healed. That was an outstanding heal.
Okay.
I'm at 20 of 26.
Okay, cool. And is how's everyone else doing? Delian, you sort of just protected yourself and saw things fall apart around you. Lumio went down next to you.
Yeah.
Doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Okay. And Tertia, I believe you got stabbed numerous times
Uh-huh.
and can't fully recall what did it. There's some clues in the surrounding area, but
A few.
who really knows?
Yeah, we'll figure that out later. It's not really important.
Yeah.
Andrin will help both Lumio and Tertia to their feet.
I mean, I'm standing. Also, roll mischance.
Just,
Ah!
just keep swiping at the air. Damnable wily elf.
I'll take
The wall
Tertia.
went to its feet.
All right.
I
Now let's
will
say
make-
we finish this place off.
At this point, I think you kick in the door. If anything has a problem, we can just point to what we've already done.
Sounds like a plan. Oh, actually, hold on. Sharut, you made a bomb, right?
Yes.
Plant the bomb.
Barad's Sharut agreed.
Sure.
You're gonna turn the grenade into a breaching charge?
Yep.
Yeah. So Shrewd's gonna put the bomb on the door.
Dandrin will come up. If there's enough ice, he will make like a little pocket for the bomb so that it does like contain the blast.
Yeah.
But, like,
There's a good amount of ice up here. Like you're seeing that like the walls up here are coated with so much ice that they might well be made of it. So this definitely does have a potential to do some things.
By do some things, do you mean take out the door, or do you mean structural integrity? Bad.
Do some things. He probably means by do some things.
Your grenade is not big enough to take out this castle. It's still a grenade.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll put that grenade there, and actually, I can just throw it. Why am I standing next to the door? And I can throw it, I believe, at a 60-foot range, if I recall properly. Yep.
But if you do it by 30, you get point blank bonus.
I don't.
I have to stand 5 feet away to get my point blank bonus, and it's a 12-foot explosion. So, God, math. Why do you always do this to me?
Good luck, everyone else.
Well, Sharut tried to save them.
The best part about this is that like you could like fuck up your roll.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, don't
That's very
roll
true.
one.
And I've done it before.
You have.
It's very possible that I will
What's
do it
the
again.
worst that could happen?
The worst that can happen is I can get a 1, and we're doing it anyway. We're doing it live.
Okay, so you're doing that. Zoract, you're taking cover behind the pillar. Lumio, you were helped to your feet. Is that where you're staying?
I know an explosion is going off. I'm going to move away.
That makes sense. That's why I was asking.
Delian, you think this is safety?
Safety. Wait, what?
What? What?
Safety.
Was I saying that out loud?
A few times. I agree with it.
Oh.
Okay. So, Sharut's gonna toss it.
Okay, roll for me.
He hits the DC.
You
surprisingly.
You managed to hit the door.
And then he's going to run over here, and we will roll for the fuse if you want, but we'll go off in 3 rounds. And Sharut will say,
Stay still. Wait for boom.
yeah.
I'm seeing the
There's just like huddles behind Mandarin.
Sharut, can you please roll me 5d6 plus 3d6?
Good God. Plus 3d6.
Okay. Well, some things happen. Number one, there's no longer wall in that area. Number two, hold on, Zoract, don't move, because still describing things. There's no longer wall in that area. There's just this explosion, which leads to a cloud of ice and smoke, like ice shards that blow forward and smoke that's filling the area. And you all see sort of a bright light come streaming through the smoke. At first, it's kind of hard to see because it's just dancing in the smoke cloud. But then it is incredibly easy to feel as the temperature of the room that you're in just plummets. I need for everybody to give me a fortitude save, please. This is, I believe, the third one that you've rolled for cold effects. The DC for this is going to be 18. And you all get your plus. You get your +5 from the stuff.
I'm going to spend a hero point and reroll that.
Sounds good.
Lumio actually succeeds.
I'm assuming this is very, very cold. So
This is unearthly cold.
Okay.
I refuse.
I'm going to spend my last hero point to give myself +4 to my roll.
Okay. Well, if you give yourself a +4, that only... Oh, never mind, because you didn't add your...
I didn't... Yeah.
Okay. So, you made it,
Yeah.
Dindarin made it, Delian makes it, Lumio makes it with the +5 from his clothing. Okay, cool. This still deals damage, but you you save from worse effects from it. So everyone will take 1d6 cold, so 5 cold, and 3 points of non-lethal cold damage. It is absolutely frigid in this room now. And at that point, I will let you all move.
We're going to have to be quick about this.
Real quick, there are some actors that you need to see, so I will put them down. There you go. Zeract, as you sort of move in front of this frigid, unearthly cold, which does not really seem to bother you. Kind of the colder that it gets, the sort of brighter that the runes encircling your flesh glow. And when you get up to there, I'll stop you. What you see is a creature that looks like a hobgoblin, an armored hobgoblin encased in ice, almost in the shape of that ice golem that you fought earlier. Except whereas the ice golem was like, this is carved to represent a person, this is just a person stuck in a human-shaped pile of ice. And you see that sticking into the body inside and sticking out of the encasing creature is weapons, mostly spears. They're stuck in its chest and sticking out of the ice. You also see a creature, and I will post it for everybody so that you can all see. And
Jeez Louise.
You see this sort of small, compressed creature that's halfway between this image that I've shown you and a dwarf. It looks sort of like a dwarf that has sprouted extra legs from around its waist, and its own legs have started to sort of atrophy. And the rump region has begun to grow and become in a sort of insectal abdomen, and the hands have extended, but they're still hands, and the neck is starting to extend, but it's more dwarfish than the one pictured. But it's still pretty close to being this creature that you see. And you see both of those things, Zeract, as you move to the opening. Everybody else, if you move to the opening, you will be able to see them as well.
As Sharut moves to the opening, he's going to pop a potion.
Okay.
Because I don't like cold damage. That even though I'm under the effects of Zarac's thing, I still took that cold damage, correct?
Yes. Unearthly cold is too cold for the other ones to stop. So, for those in the front, stop moving forward.
I'm going to... Zeract doesn't actually see that. She doesn't see it until she gets within 30 feet of it.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, you're just moving until you get
She's
there.
just walking forward.
Yeah, and Lumio, are you moving at all, or just staying there?
I don't like this cold. I don't like the effects that it's having on my body, but I will move up to this point to get a better understanding of what's going on.
Okay. So...
Oh, crap. That's a bad roll.
From there, the small creature speaks, and it's in terms of accent, it's similar to Dandarin's, but in terms of voice, it's not. There's this kind of constant clicking as it's talking, and it says, "Greetings. I imagine you're some of those sent to look after the Thrask expedition. That's over, I'm afraid. Leave your belongings, your gold, and you can go."
No.
No closer, friend.
Or what, you'll die? They've killed everything in this fucking castle. Get out of my way.
If that's the way you wish to be. Warlord Caldurgs, see to the insubordinate kin of mine.
I'm gonna...
And at that point, we will start a combat.
Oh no.
I should have made more salves.
Enderin tries diplomacy today.
I guess.
That was the Shroot version of diplomacy.
I'm gonna fuck you up immediately. All right, then I guess we're fighting.
Sometimes a good threat goes a long way. Just saying. I mean, it doesn't go as far when it comes from the mouth of a tiny goblin, but sometimes.
All right, and Andy, if you could roll for initiative for me.
Sure.
I like that Danderin started this, and he's the one who's most unprepared for it.
Yeah.
I really thought that would work.
Oh.
Well, here I go killing again.
All right. Well, Zeract, you're first. So that everyone knows, this ice, the stuff that's covered, if it's taking up more than half the square, it's functioning like a grease spell. You have to make some saves to get past it. It is extremely slippery, more so than some of the other ice. And yeah, so Zeract, it is your turn.
She's gonna look at the dwarf spider and just kind of like click her tongue in as much as she can with all that huge mouthful of teeth, and just say, "It wasn't my intention to start fighting here, but it seems that's the direction we're headed. If you'd prefer otherwise, you should say so.
Leave your belongings and your gold. You may live. You may leave. That is all we're asking for. I don't need your death. I can always make more death."
Zeract is gonna abstain from combat.
Okay.
She's gonna shift to the side.
I need... Oh, never mind. You're fine. You walk across the ice like it's ice. Like it's ground. Like it's lush carpet.
Like she has her hand. She had her hand initially on the flail, but she takes it off and says, "That's not an agreeable situation, nor a place to start negotiations." And it's probably 6 seconds. So
Okay. Tertia.
I know I cannot reach him with my current range and my chakram. But I have one other talent that I can use with it.
You can always take a penalty to hit.
Or I can make a bouncing shot,
Oh, that would also be neat.
which is what I'll do.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it means I can't apply any of the other stuff. I can't use Deadly Shot because it's more than 30 feet away. So that's probably going to miss.
You're shooting at Zmichi?
Yep.
And you partially recognize him? Like, this is Zmichi, who you saw in your expedition, but it's also not. Like, he has clearly undergone some things in the last couple days. The face looks the face looks similar, but not the same.
Whoever Zmichi was probably a lie.
Yeah. So...
Actually, I probably don't recognize him. I just took wisdom damage.
Yeah, that's probably true. Okay, you miss, and your chakram sort of bounces off the walls and heads back your way. And at that, Shrewt, your turn, idiot.
Well, Shrewd's gonna take a shot at the same guy because he doesn't know how to react to that at all. Still processing that he is. So we'll do a swift action knowledge check if I can.
Yes, this would be dungeoneering.
Do not know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
But Shrewd thinks, hey, It must hurt when it gets stabbed by a bolt, so let's try that. And you know what? For good measure, let's throw a flashbang on there.
Hey, sounds
Sounds
great.
like a great idea. And you know what? We'll put poison on there too, because we can.
Oh, I like it.
And you know what? Even more, we'll give it an extra D10 of damage. Let's do that too. Because why not? He's outside of the first increment though, so that's a -2.
That'll be a -2 to hit, correct? That is a fumble, I believe.
I believe so.
Yeah, that's not great. Roll again. See if you confirm your fumble.
I should just do the same.
That's weird. Doesn't show any numbers for me other than what he added.
Yeah, it's...
That's weird. It should have just put the minus... I wonder if it just did... Here, let me check something.
Hold on. 5?
Yeah, I see what happened. Okay. It didn't take my -2 properly.
Did it not
Strange.
actually roll the d20? It just did the math for the additives?
Or did?
Yeah.
3
Yeah,
plus
just did
1
the math
plus
for the
2 plus
additives.
1 minus 2. That's 5.
So because I don't want to deal with that, I'll just do the normal roll and subtract 2 after the fact. Now that is a 1. Now I get to roll to see if I confirm the fail.
Go ahead and roll. See if you confirm the fumble. All right, you don't confirm the fumble, so that's fine.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You shoot at him, and he goes, "Dastardly goblin."
Shrewd thought bolt would work. Confused.
Yeah, that's. I guess he'll move.
If I find
Over-
another of you, well, I believe you know what I have in store.
Nope. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. After that is this dude, and so you see this thing behind him is for lack of a better way to describe it, and because everybody sort of understands what those are, it's a Stargate. That's what it looks like. It's a platform that goes up, and then it sort of has, instead of a fully circular thing, it has like a U that goes down at the bottom. And it looks like this is where a lot of the cold and also the light are emanating from. And as this thing walks, some of the energy from the gate behind it seems to sort of reach out to where it is, and then make ice in its path. So, Dandarin, it moves to here, and you see... One second here, I will draw it out. This whole area that it just walked through becomes a wall of ice. And it is going to swing out at you. So that is going to be a 16. Eric is muted. Eric is muted. I know a 16 misses. So,
Yes, as I snarkily replied, mutedly.
yeah, so it does not manage to actually touch you with this huge icy fist. And what you see is like, this is the body of a hobgoblin that has apparently been just mauled by a bunch of weapons and then left to sort of freeze here. Like, it just has this armor of ice covering it. And it will then pass to Delian. Delian, it's your turn, sir.
Yep, sure is. Not really too much I can do here. Except for go right about there.
Yeah, you move into there and you can see the weird creature over here, you can also see the entombed right there.
Deleting fake vomits.
Safety.
Yep. Always a good conversation starter.
Okay. If that's your turn, then Zmichi will go. Zmichi will take a shot at Dandarin. Zeract. Actually, hold on. Sharut shot at him. He's going to take a shot at Sharut. Zeract, you see this thing pull up this light crossbow, and then this like just viscous green liquid just starts sort of drooling from his mouth and over his beard, and he just sort of like it's clear that he's trying to spit a little on the bolt, but what it comes down like what it sort of looks like is a man frantically drooling on his crossbow. And then he takes a shot
Frantically,
just,
without a
just there's just this like
Yeah.
and then he will aim and take a shot at Sharut.
Fuck, this is gonna hit real hard.
dude, I want it to whiff.
Sharut, he is going to roll at you. These guys are more impressive when their numbers are higher, I swear to you.
I mean, it doesn't really matter because that hits my AC exactly.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, AC 16.
Well, hey, that's a light crossbow bolt from a creature that's kind of halfway in between small and medium size. So that is going to be that many damages. Maxed out. That's 11 damage. Mm-hmm. And can you please roll me a fortitude save? This is poison, if that matters to you.
Not really.
Good.
Well, you saved.
Nice.
Like it looks like the majority of whatever that drool is landed on the back of the bolt. The head, which is currently sort of like just sticking into your abdomen, completely clean. He's not good at this yet.
Give him time.
He'll get better.
He's doing his best.
Sharut is
then-
not looking too hot.
And he goes, "Soon you'll be mine. I've read about this."
I'm just saying, the fact that this, like, as a big baddie villain, this is hysterical.
Well, I mean, he's not even fully changed yet.
I know,
Give
but
it time.
use the word frantically, and so I just pictured this guy, which is just, as far as a villain goes, not pleasant, but very funny.
Lumio, it is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna step up to here. That's half speed, right?
Mhm.
All right. Does that put me in range of anything? I think I have medium range on my fire because I took the long range feat.
If you took the long range feat, then yes.
Okay. So then I'm going to switch up to fire.
Okay.
Which is going to add 50 to my wild magic surge.
Yep.
And try to hit the dude next to Dandarin.
That makes
from
sense.
here. And first wild magic. There's that.
Okay, so you're safe there.
And then do the attack roll, which is just plus. That's the button I wanted. Hey, does that touch AC? No?
So because he's in combat, no.
Neat.
Like, it would have hit him,
Alright.
but he's in combat. So,
Okay. I'll just be over here if anybody needs me.
all right. And Dandarin, it's your turn. It is you against the entombed corpse of Predna's Kaldurgs.
Well, I guess I'm gonna hit him.
Sounds like a thing you'd do.
Yeah.
But I will make sure that I am wielding a hammer and shield for this.
Does that let you switch as like a free action or something?
I can take my move the weapons rack just allows me to, instead of taking a standard action, it takes a move action.
Okay. So I know drawing a weapon doesn't provoke, but putting away the Bardish would unless you drop it.
I can just drop.
Okay. Sounds good. I'm just asking. So you draw your sword and shield or your axe and shield, I guess, as a move action, and then you're going to swing. So a 28 will hit, and break that damage down for me.
It's 5 and 5.
So he's not a construct. Does that matter?
He's not a construct?
No, he's not a construct.
Oh, yeah, then he just takes 5.
Okay.
Unless he has DR, which he probably does.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah, you and what were you? Are you trying to make the armor weaker? Is that what it was? Because you thunderous blows and didn't say what you were aiming at.
Oh yeah, I was hoping he was a construct, but yeah, it'll just be the armor then.
Okay, sounds good. And that will be. Yes, you see your axe bite into the ice. It doesn't bite in all that far, but it's more due to the thickness of the ice than any sort of like actual damage reduction. You just knock a nice chunk out of it.
Hardness?
No, like it flavor. Like you hit it and you didn't hit that hard because he's covered with 3 feet of ice.
Sure. Okay. Fair enough.
And Zeract, what would you like to do?
Like the golem on dwarf fight seems like that's probably fair. But he shot Shreboot, and if
Shreboot shot at him,
that's true, and both of them kind of like
missed,
did gross things to their bolts. So,
I don't understand the
gross bolts
conflict.
at each other.
yeah, that's the same as a flashbang, pretty much.
Totally, 100% the same.
I want to tell you that
exactly.
It is way worse than a flashbang.
Pretty. Oh, all right. Well, it's fair. Zeract is. It would have been preferable if we had been able to solve this with words. And then
I see that you're sigil sworn. Stay. I can use an advisor, but I will not permit such audacity from visitors to my new kingdom.
Oh, that won't serve at all. And then Zeract will charge.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for me. 13 is not going to do it.
Yeah.
And you see he kind of like ducks, and it's weird when he ducks because his body stays exactly where it is. And you just see that long head just dip down and almost brush the ground and then come back up. And he looks at your weapon and he goes, "Now, that could change things. That could forestall it." And then after that is going to be Tercia.
It aims. I'm going to try and move there.
Okay. I need a reflex save from you. You move there.
Great. God damn it, this thing. There we go. I'm going to try and disarm him.
Okay. Sounds good.
And I will use my... Did I already use my last hero point? I don't remember if I did or not.
I
shit.
Talked about it.
Is he an aberration?
I think you only used the one.
Okay.
It looked like it.
Okay, sorry. That attack didn't take into account the Bane weapon property.
It still would have missed.
Yeah, just
Did you add your 2 for charge?
I did in fact add my 2 for charge.
Okay.
I think that should be in there.
I'm going to not use it just to be safe.
I
Since I don't
did.
remember.
I forgot I could add walls in the middle of combat. There's a wall now.
You did it.
Nice.
I am going to use my deadly shot damage ability on that.
Okay. So that will hit, and the total damage is 16?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that is a sound hit.
Great. This is to disarm him, not bull rush. I didn't change the text for some reason.
Okay. And you see the light crossbow just go sailing out of his hand.
No.
And he says,
What am I to spit on now?
I long for something in my hands to slobber upon.
God damn it.
It is all I want. It is the entire purpose of my transformation.
Why would I have a kingdom if not to slobber on things?
Do you not know the longings of a man who drools?
I hate all of this. This is the worst.
The best villain.
You soundly disarm him. Like he doesn't have a chance. His arms are awkwardly long. Like his body is a dwarven body, but his arms are like basically elven arms at this point. They're just awkwardly long. They're sort of splitting like in the palm to where like it almost looks like he's sort of getting a new joint, and that new joint is coming from his palm as it splits to make the little claws. Mm-hmm. And he's not good with them yet. Leave him alone.
Trying his best.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do this round?
I just want to make sure I don't get that back or not. No, I think I'm good.
Okay. After that will be Sharut. Sharut, the ruler of the city is here, and he would like to have a word with you. What would you like to do?
So Tertia disarmed him, right? Is
Yes,
the weapon?
he no longer has a crossbow.
Is the weapon real close to him?
It's at his feet. That's what happens when you disarm it. It lands in the square that they're in, unless you have other talents.
Which means move, like mechanically speaking, move action to pick it up,
Correct.
and then standard action to shoot.
Correct.
Okay. Shirt's gonna take another shot, but he cannot add his sniper ability to it. He will add a flashbang to it, though. That's gonna miss because it's at a -2 easily. He's then going to move over in this direction and basically says, while he makes this tactical retreat, because he cannot get hit again by that. Great Warlord Caldurgs. He's speaking in Goblin, by the way. This tainted being is trying to deceive you. He is obviously touched by Zoriat and must be cleansed from our empire. Not that that's going to help, but he'll try. And yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
And in response, there's this kind of cracking sound as words begin to emanate from the entombed. And in Old Dakani, you hear the word, "Betrayers, you thought I could be taken out by my own men. I will encase you all in her gift." And it will move. Dandarin, you get an attack of opportunity if you'd like to take one.
I certainly would.
Jesus.
Dandarin, I'm going to stop letting you roll.
That's wild.
All right. That is...
Did you fucking eat your Wheaties this morning?
Leave my friends alone.
1 second here. And basically what he does, Dandarin, is he moves like this, and he moves to here.
Trying to encircle me.
And you see that when he does that, the wall just follows him. And then he attempts to attack you again.
This is the slowest game of Tron I think I've ever seen.
Does a 25 hit you?
The 25 will hit me.
Okay. So since he's hit you, he's going to deal some damages. That is...
Sounds reasonable.
It sounds... I'll allow it, I suppose. Wait, 1 sec. There we go. It is 11 damage, and of that 11 damage, 2 is cold, if that matters. And then he's going to attempt to grapple you. Let me check his grapple.
That does grapple.
You, my friend, are grappled. So it currently has a hold of you. You are grappled by it. It grappled by you. And that's how that works. And then it's Delian's turn.
Well, I'm starting not to be able to see all that much. Is this ice? Does it look like the black ice we've seen before?
No, it's making ice that's relatively clear. You can actually, how can I put it? You can see through it. I should probably use different lines. You can see through it. It's just obviously there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, then I will step up and grapple to the top of it.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, here, give me 1 second here, guys, and I will make better wall. Because since you can see through it, it doesn't make sense to have that wall. Which you should be able to see through that, correct? Yes. Mm-hmm. All right. And
to the point where I can't see that there's a wall there.
Yeah. I'll draw the square.
Oh, okay.
So anything that's red has a wall of ice in it.
Okay.
So you wanted to grapple to the top of it?
Yeah, grapple to the top of it.
Okay. You are there? Or back?
Sweet.
Or where?
Yeah, back for a little bit.
Okay, so you're up there.
Delian, I've got him held right where we want him.
Sure looks it. Yep. Sure looks it.
All right, and after Delian is going to be Smeechy. Oh, Smeechy.
Lovable Smeechy.
Sweet, lovable Smeechy. I knew him.
Tender Smeechy.
Well, he is better with a crossbow.
Shame.
Yeah, he's got to get away from Zeract. He's scared. So yeah, Zeract, what you see happen is he is going to withdraw.
Okay.
And he will withdraw over here and up on top of the ice over here. And he just skitters away from you and then uses those sort of awkward legs that are coming out of his waist while his actual legs just dangle there uselessly to skitter up to the top and try to get out of your reach. And he says, "And this is what I get for allowing you to live."
Well, this now creates another question. How high up is he? And is it 11 feet?
Is it 11 feet? Yes, he's 10 feet up. So if you have reach, you can still hit him if you were below him. But if you don't, then no. Unless you do shenanigans like I'm gonna jump and hit him or something. But this is his whole turn, is trying to get away from Zeract. And Lumio, it's your turn. You can see this thing making walls of ice. And then you see the other one skitter away from Zeract going, "This is the things I get." Nah.
I'm going to move up, and I'm going to try to shoot another bolt of fire at that dude.
Okay. It will have cover from you because the wall is right there.
I'm not going to hit it anyway. I just need to send fire its direction.
Okay. I mean, you can always, use the fire sphere instead if you don't want to make it.
That requires maintaining concentration, and I need that for something else later.
Oh, makes sense.
So, I'm going to roll a D100 because I'm doing the template shift, which is not going to trigger.
Not going to trigger.
So I'm just going to roll an attack. Hey! Is that going to hit his touch AC?
That will hit his touch AC.
Hey, all right. So he's going to take...
His touch AC is really low. It's just slightly boosted by the wall. You, like, pinpointed him right dead center of where, like, the head of the corpse inside him is.
Neat. All right, so he takes 5 fire damage.
That's going to be more than 5.
Neat.
Okay. Sounds good. And is that your whole turn?
It is.
Cool.
For now.
Then, Dandarin, it is your turn.
I told you to leave us all alone. I'm tired of this business.
Grapple though.
And you're like swinging with the axe, and it's just not properly connecting. All right. Anything else?
Well, as a move action,
You can make an escape artist check.
I sure am gonna fail at it. But yeah,
Do it.
actually, I don't think I think I have to roll a nat 20.
Yeah,
Sure did.
yeah, that's not going to do it.
Right, Julian, I've got him distracted. Stab him in the eyes.
Oh god.
All right, and after Dandarin is Zarakt. Zarakt, Zmichi has fled from you.
Yes. Trying to decide.
Get away from me.
Zract is going to step forward over his crossbow
Okay.
and say, "Now we are negotiating from positions of power. Call off the warlord."
And you see its hands kind of like move together and rub over itself a little. And he goes, "Yeah, I don't think I'd do that, even if I could. You and yours don't seek to negotiate. You just want to kill.
That's not a
And
whole
him,
crew.
his own countrymen. It's despicable."
You're no countrymen of mine.
Are you doing anything else there, Zarakt?
She's gonna ready an action if he gets close.
Okay. Sounds good.
Whack him. Yeah.
Tertia.
I've been trying to figure out what kind of action it takes to regain martial focus.
I believe it's a full round action unless you have something that speeds it up.
I do, but I forgot to do it last round, so... Alright, in that case, I'll just switch my weapon and go here. I assume that means I need to make another save.
It does indeed. You fall prone right there.
That's good.
Just slip on the ice and whap, and you're just on your back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it says, hold on. It says characters gain their martial focus after a minute of rest or by taking the total defense action. So it's not a full round, it's total defense.
Which is a full round action.
No, it's a standard action.
Oh, that's true. I guess I'll total defense in this spot.
You fall on the ground and then just looking at the ceiling, you go, and just wave your sword to protect yourself. All right. So, from there, Sharut.
So Zorak is over that dude's crossbow. How high up is this wall?
The wall's about 10 foot tall.
Okay. So if I were to move, say, come on, if I were to move there, no, I need to move a bit closer. No, I'd have to be there. If I were to move there, would I have a clear shot on Zimichi?
So you can see him from here, but you can't hit him from here.
Okay. In that case, I'd probably
Like it's
move.
it's weird trying like was it trigonometry? But no, you're too close to the wall. You have to be able to.
Probably move there then and try and hit Zimichi.
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll.
And he is just within the second range increment, so it's still up to 2.
Mhm.
Lash bang. I don't need to add anything. A 23 hit him.
Yep.
Okay, make me a fortitude save, please.
I don't want to.
Too bad. Do.
Alrighty.
Fails.
Okay.
So he is. Let's see. What is it?
It's
Deafened and
deafened.
dazzled. Yes, deafened and dazzled for 1d4 rounds.
Yep.
I regain my martial focus
Okay.
because he failed the. Oh, bloody hell! Did I do it wrong? I did it wrong.
You did.
Yep.
Slash R.
You
I
tried to
did
go to
it
a subreddit of Space 1D4.
You did.
Well, it's a good subreddit. You should check it out.
Okay.
Um,
So he's deafened and dazzled
so-
for 1 round.
yes, and then Shrewd will use his swift action to, I guess, scout he'll scout Caldurgs.
Please roll me a knowledge religion check.
I do not have knowledge religion, so
You have
no.
no idea what he is.
Crap. Okay. Well, that's Shrewd's turn.
Okay. Well. After that is going to be Mr. Prednaz. Dandarin, you take 5 points of cold. Since you began in his grapple. And then he is going to attempt to grapple you once again.
Jesus.
It moves its hand, and you and its hand just pass into the wall. And then it lets go.
Oh, Jesus.
And then it will move towards Tertia. And when it does, it will fill another square. So there's more ice wall there. Dandarin, you are immured in ice.
What does that mean?
On your turn, I'll explain it a little bit more. But basically, you're sort of
Pinned by the wall.
stuck in the ice until you can get out. So that is Kralderg's turn. And after that will be Delian. You see that Dandarin is currently stuck in the ice right below you.
Yeah, I'm gonna... I could start chipping away. I don't know. Is he, fully encased?
Yes, he is fully in the ice. It is covering his entire body. The wall was actually already made, and then he was just shoved in it, and it's like he phased in.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's a cool shadow thing I can do, but I can teleport in. I cannot. That's me teleporting. I have to have something I
You
can't.
can't shove me in your pocket.
Well, I don't know if I can grab you while within my pocket.
I don't believe you can do that.
I don't think so.
No, your shadow pocket has weight limits.
No, I mean, if I want to shadow step, I can't take him with me.
Correct. You have to buy extra steps for that,
Yeah.
and you can only mimic one talent at a time at the moment.
Yes. So, just quickly, any bright ideas, safety?
It.
Are you talking to me?
So when you said that, when you say that, this tiny little eye kind of slithers out of your sleeve and looks around for a second, and then goes back in, and the thought / feeling that you get in your head is distance.
Okay. Distance. It's like a Rubik's Cube every time I find it. I'm assuming... Well, he's going to pull out his beige dagger and, I guess, start chipping and then maybe take the sap and just kind of... You know how some people break huge chunks of ice by cracking it in a series of holes?
Yeah.
That's what he's going to start doing.
Okay.
He'll take the beige dagger, whichever, because that's a straighter point, and then just sap it in repeatedly.
Okay. Can you roll me a damage roll with the beige dagger, please?
Sure. Is it a sneak attack?
It is not.
The ice is aware of you.
The ice is aware of you. All right. And that... You're chipping at it. You're not incredibly strong, and the ice is very thick. This will take.
It's just something he's going to try to do to help out his bud.
Yeah. All right. And after that,
Hey, John Eric.
Yeah.
It looks like you didn't add the damage for my attack to Zmichi.
I did not. Thank you. You did 9 total?
Yes.
All right. Zmichi will... Sharut, please make me a will save. You get a +4 to this save.
+4?
And, you feel this, like, almost sense of camaraderie towards Zmichi. And he says, "How could you do this to us? You should be with him, with us, as we regain what Old Shirak was. Protect him. Protect me." And then he will move. He's going to basically try to jump over to this block of ice and stay away from Zirak. Which he will be able to do. Sharut, you are charmed as per charm person. This is not domination. You are just looking at Zmichi as he's your best friend.
I can understand why you gave me the +4.
Well, you already see him as an enemy, so you automatically get the +4. Like, it's just in the spell. But you rolled too low. So, and that's his turn. Lumio, it is then your turn.
All right, I unmuted. So I am going to do the damage over time because I can just choose for it to be fire effect. Totem again, but that will require a wild magic, and I think I'm in range of even the portal, right?
In range.
It's such a big area that I often forget.
You are just outside of the range of the portal.
Okay, so if I move up 15 feet there.
Yes, that would put you in range of the portal.
Okay, so I'm going to put down the effect, the damaging effect.
This is the one that does automatic damage to your enemies each turn, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay.
And I'm choosing fire type as its damage.
Okay, and I believe that will increase your roll by 100. So give me a wild magic roll.
Hey.
Okay, so only 1 triggers. Go ahead and roll for it. All hostile creatures within medium range of the target or center of the target lose the benefits of their teamwork feats for 1d6 turns.
Got him!
At some point, I actually, the bugbears that you guys encountered actually had teamwork feats.
It's good to know now.
These guys don't. It's not like they've been working together for years and years. Zmichi has been here for a day.
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
So I've put the effect down, and that will do. What is it? It's at the end of your turn.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. So at the end of your turn, they will just automatically take the damage.
I think so.
I'm trying to find the totem so I can read it for very certain for you. Gorging totem. Right? There it is. For an amount per round equal to one half my caster level. So I believe this happens on my turn, yes. And half my caster level is 2 damage. Not a lot, but damage over time.
Yeah, it's still damage over time. Like, it's not incredible, but it's still good.
Yes.
So cool. In that case, you put it down, so they don't get saves against this. They just take it, right?
That's right, and it's fire.
And it's fire. Okay, so it being fire doesn't really matter to Zmichi, but it does matter to Kaldurgs.
Hey, John Eric.
Sir?
Quick question. Actually, 2 quick questions. Charm person has a verbal component, right?
Yes.
20% chance of spell failure
Oh, shit.
while casting that. Also,
it's a spell-like. or more specifically, it's a supernatural ability. It is a downgraded version of what they usually have because his transformation isn't complete.
And then also, if it acts as charm person, it's a 5 saving throw. Not 4.
So that would give you a
don't know if
17
that'll change
instead of an 18. Or sorry, a 17 instead of a 16, which still wouldn't do it.
Okay, cool.
But so hold on. Yeah, so it's not a spell like, so he doesn't actually have to like cast. It's a supernatural.
Okay.
So yeah. And after Lumio's turn, you see the flames sort of lick up the body of Prednos Kaldurgs and of Zimichi. And is that the end of your turn?
It is.
Cool. Dandarin. Couple things for you. Number 1, you have to hold your breath or you start to drown. Number 2 is that you are completely encased in ice, and you have to essentially make strength checks to be able to break out. This isn't something where you can hack at the ice because you can't move. It's a solid wall, and you're just stuck in it.
Right.
So, yeah, you're kind of making strength checks to get out.
Okay.
And that one's not going to do it. So you're doing what you can to wiggle around, but you're just not there yet. At the end of that is going to be Zeract.
All right. Well, that asshole is up on a wall. Zeract is going to look over at Prednis Kaldurgs, and you said it was a knowledge religion check.
It is a knowledge religion check.
She's going to knowledge religion that check.
Please knowledge a check for religions.
I do.
Okay. Zeract. This is a type of cold undead called an entombed. The entombed are undead who die in desecrated areas and then are left to freeze over time. They are created strongest when the death in the frozen area is the result of betrayal. With your check, are there specific things that you are looking for?
How wounded is he?
He is more than halfway down.
Okay.
So you got that. I'll give you 3 more. You know that in general for Untombed, like, the body doesn't have much. It's all the ice. If you shatter all the ice, the body's just a body. It's sort of like the hatred is kind of animating the ice to animate the body.
I feel like that gives me the answer to the next one, but is he intelligent enough to communicate with and negotiate with?
Entombed don't really negotiate.
Fair enough.
Yeah. 2 more?
Let's see. Once the ice is gone, that's pretty much it, right? That's
once
the body doesn't have a whole lot of animation.
Yeah, the body probably, from what you understand, the body probably doesn't have any animation. It is the ice. The ice is what is giving it this power. And the normally an entombed does not have the ability to create walls. It is just in an icy area that is sort of it reacting to the portal. But with regards to the ice and things it can do with it, you just saw one where it can immure somebody in the ice. It can just completely entomb another person. Which, if they die from it, they also become entombed. If Dandarin dies there, he will just step out of the ice, similarly encased. But you know that they are able to deal a lot of cold damage on hit. They also deal cold damage if they are grappling you. Yeah, that's what you got.
Okay, cool. I'm happy with that. Zeract is gonna give just kind of like a bearing of the teeth to Zimichi and turn and say, "Prednis Kaldurgs, you are dead. You died through betrayal. Lay down and be still." And she's gonna activate the Nevermore ability from Prime Ravager.
Oh shit. What does the Nevermore ability from Primer Ravager do?
This functions as Disrupt Undead, except I add half my binder level to the damage dealt by the ability. Also, when it's dead, when I touch a slain creature, I can reduce its body to ash, as though it had been slain by Disintegrate. Doesn't help against him because I can't get to him and he's still animate, but that means that I can make a ranged touch attack, which I'll do right now.
Okay.
I'm just going to use my crossbow for that because it's a dex attack.
Sounds good.
A 16 hit.
A 16 will hit.
Okay. Then Disrupt Undead, which is unfortunately not great, but it'll just do a small amount of damage, but I'll add half my... Does 6 damage to him.
Not bad. Yeah, I mean, that helps.
Yeah. Every little bit.
And yes, you see as you hit it with the ray, and the words, what happens is the body doesn't really seem affected by this, but you see little cracks and pieces of the ice start to just kind of fall off.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's your turn.
Yep, that is my turn.
All right, Tertia, you are prone next to a big thing.
Uh-huh.
What would you like to do?
If I total defense, can I still move?
Yes, because total defense is a standard action. So you could total defense and then try to stand up, if that's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay, so you total defense, and then you stand up. He's going to try to take a swing at you.
Sure will.
You're still prone when the swing happens, so he gets a +4 to hit.
Yep, my AC is currently 22.
He fumbles.
He does fumble.
Does he fumble bad? Okay, he does not confirm his fumble. So it takes a big swing, and you manage to kind of step away. But I also need you to give me a reflex save as you're standing, because you're still on the ice, like the slippery ice.
Yep.
And you're fine. You make it to your feet. You're dodging around. You're doing good. That's pretty much your turn, unless you want to spend hero points to do additional things.
You know what? I do.
Okay. What would you like to do?
I'm using my chakram still.
Okay.
Assuming you don't have combat reflexes, I'm going to use push shot on Smeechy.
Dick. Okay. Yeah.
Tercia, I love you. Oh.
Okay. So that's not gonna hit.
Okay.
That would have been funny.
Doing it though.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been funny, but you get it back. But you don't manage to hit Smeechy. He does that thing again where he ducks out of the way. His body doesn't move. It's that he has a head at the end of a 4-foot neck, and it just kind of out of the way. And then it's Sharut. Sharut, it's your turn, Sharut. Please protect your friend, Sharut. Your friend Smeechy and your friend Prednaz.
So with Charm Person,
Yeah.
right? I treat them as friendly, so I see them as not a threat.
Correct.
But I also don't see my allies as a threat either, correct?
This does not make your allies into enemies, but Smeechy is your best friend. He is the person that you trust most in the world. And your other friends, who you trust less, are trying to attack you. Tertia just threw a bladed ring at him. The audacity.
I do want to make a quick note about Charm Person.
Yeah.
Any act by you or your apparent allies that threatens the Charm Person breaks the spell.
No, they're not threatening him.
Oh, that's valid. That's true. Okay. I read that incorrectly. You're good.
Well, if the creature is currently being threatened or attacked by your allies.
He means you. If your apparent ally, if they attack you, then
I assure you, I know how Charm Person works.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the way this works is that he is your best friend.
That
He
is
is who you trust most. This does not mean you do not trust your teammates, but he's who you trust most. This does not mean you have to attack your teammates, but he did ask you to come to his defense.
I would like to point out Zimiche is your best friend, so you're not going to fight him. The spell doesn't affect this dude at all. This is an asshole attacking your friends.
That's true.
And Zimiche just likes him.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to care.
But your best friend told you, please help us. But you are under no magical compulsion to actually protect Prednus Keldergs. You are under magical compulsion to protect Zimichi.
Well, as the medic, I cannot get to Zimichi to heal him of the damage that looks like it came from one of my flashbangs. It's unclear. I can't quite remember.
A lot of things have happened.
It's been a strange blossoming of this friendship on the battlefield.
And I also see Dandrin stuck in the ice and Prednus Kaldurg's corpse attacking Tercia. So I'm torn between trying to get Dandrin out of the ice or attacking Prednus Kaldurg's. But the fact that Zimichi is my best friend...
He's who you trust most in the world.
Makes me want to give Prednus Kaldurg's a chance. And, I mean, come on, it's Prednus Kaldurg's.
He is a warlord of legend.
He is the last great warlord. So knowing this, he's gonna hear his friends Zimichi out, not attack Kaldurg's, and he's gonna try and help get Dandrin out of the ice.
Okay.
And how he's going to do that?
Another bomb.
I mean, if I had another bomb, that would be great, now wouldn't it? But
It would definitely get Andren out of the wall.
Yeah, it would also blast Delian off the wall.
I mean, you have to break a few eggs to make an omelet.
Don't though. I don't like omelets.
You know, you have to break a few birds to make some eggs.
He also wants Delian to move, so he's going to say, Delian, move away from where Dandrin is. And he will delay till after Delian goes.
Okay, sounds good. The Entombed will swing at Tercia with a slam and with a slam.
Yep.
That will hit. It will then attempt a grapple, which will grapple.
Yeah.
Damage on this Tercia is 10, and of that 10, 5 of it is cold damage. So you're grappled, and it's just sort of freezing you in its grip. And in that same, like, old Dakani, which I don't think Tercia actually speaks, it goes, betrayer.
I sure don't.
So what you hear is the ice crack, and that's about it. After that is Delian.
Somebody told me to move. This dude blew a hole in the wall. I'm gonna grapple away.
Okay. Where are you going?
Back to where I came.
So, sorry, I have to move your dude.
Yes, because I cannot.
Because you're stuck in walls. Here, I'll put you there, and then you can move to where you want to go. You have...
That's exactly where I kind of wanted to go.
Okay, yeah, you have, like, more movement range than I think everybody but Zarak in this room. So you can just kind of zoom across everywhere if you're using the hook shot. Okay, so that's a move action, I believe. Anything else you want to do?
I think what I want to do, I'm going to try something. I'll go, I guess, there?
Okay.
And that'll be me. I think I have an idea.
Sounds good. After that is going to be Zmeche.
I delayed.
Did you say you delay?
I delayed my action, remember?
Oh, until he got off the place. Yeah. So
yeah.
You are now going to be after Delian. So I will update you to being in 7. And you can take your turn.
Sure, it's gonna pew at the wall here. Try and help Andrin get out. That is within combat range. So first one is going to be the normal one. Okay. That's a -2 to hit, but fairly certain that hits.
It'll hit.
And then That's also a -2 to hit.
That will also hit. You do some damage. You make some cracks. It's not enough to completely get through it, though. It's got more hit points than what you're doing with the bolt. You would need. You're breaking through it. It's just slow. The damage that you're doing is combining with the damage that Delian was doing. But it's not quite there yet.
Are the cracks I'm making? Will the cracks I'm making potentially make it easier for Dandern to get out? I know he's a strong lad, but
sure. I'll give him +1. All right.
That's my turn.
Sounds good. After that is going to be Zmichi, who will look at Zeract, and his head kind of cocks awkwardly, and he starts to say, "You will say no. Wait, your sigil sworn. That won't work." And then, like, the neck sort of swirls in on itself, and he looks instead to Tertia. And he says, "Elf, you serve me. Protect me from your friend, and I will command Caldergs to let you go." Mike, can you give me a will save, please? It's a charm effect, if that matters for you.
It's an enchantment, so it does. But I rolled really low, so it doesn't.
Okay. You are charmed. Your best friend Zmichi needs your help. Zeract is trying to kill him.
Wow.
Well, I'm currently being grappled by the thing trying to kill me, so I have bigger problems to deal with.
Little busy now, Zmichi. No, my needs come first.
That's real easy to say when you're not being grappled by the thing trying to kill you.
But my needs. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, I'll just jump out of here and do that.
But my needs.
You're being kind of a dick friend right now.
That's fair, I suppose. Lumio.
Am I muted? No, I'm not muted. Okay, good. Yeah. I'm back out the room.
Okay.
Wait, I can't. I want to maintain concentration. So I'm gonna shoot. Can I get Zmichi from here? I think I can get Zmichi from here.
You, if you took a step over here, you could do it. But from where you are, the wall would block you because he's at the same height as the wall. So like the aiming doesn't quite work out. But if you were here, you could do it.
Okay. Let me just check one thing because I think I can spend the spell point to maintain concentration after the fact.
Okay.
And if that's the case, then I'll just do that and then step over and do the shooty bits.
It says you may always spend a spell point as a free action to allow a totem to remain for 1 minute per caster level. So you can do it as a free action whenever.
Okay. So yeah, I'll do that and then take the step over and then take the shot.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
So. And let's make it fire to make this interesting.
So you're going to shoot some fire at Zmichi, eh?
Yeah. He didn't like that. He told me.
Old Zmich?
Yeah, me and the Zmich don't get along.
Are you shooting it at Zmichi or are you shooting it at Predas?
Zmichi.
Okay. Zmichi.
Yeah. So there's that. So I don't do wild magic on him.
Okay.
Bad.
I'm sorry. That's what I gotta do.
He could have shared his teamwork feats, though.
No, this is destruction, so Zmichi becomes cold damage.
Yeah.
I now am cold damage.
Yeah. Zmichi turns into a cold elemental, weirdly enough.
That's gonna hit.
Hey!
I was like, man, this is a high dex creature. There's no... oh, shit.
Hey!
That's pretty good.
Nice. Thanks, guys. I worked really hard on this.
That's really good. Okay. So, for a second there, I wrote 266, like, instead of 26. you
Lovely.
I'll allow it.
So, I will note for Sharut and for Tertia that your good friend Lumio just blasted your best friend Zmichi. The audacity.
Why all this infighting?
Why all this infighting?
Lilio, you're kind of being a dick friend right now.
So stupid. All right. After that is going to be Dandarin, but Eric said that he is. Oh, he's back.
He is back.
Dandarin, that is not quite going to make it. You're still struggling against the ice, unable to be.
If I wanted to add 4.
If you wanted to add 4, that would not do it.
I won't add 4.
Okay.
Oh, he adds a +1. He didn't hear that because he was away.
Yeah. They're cracking the ice that you're in, so I'm going to be giving you a +1. So that makes.
So that would have been 16.
Actually, hold on.
+4 would have.
Yes, because the +1 with the +4 that would make it.
And I will use that.
Okay.
To do that.
So what happens is you go, "Ah!" and you just like shatter your way out, just kind of doing the teeth chattery thing. This is
You Kool-Aid man through a wall.
breaking out of the immurement is a full round. So you have just done this, but you've managed to get out. You're out. You're still armed. You can do your things. So, and then
The entomb picks you up, puts you back in.
hey guy, I said go to bed, and then he puts you back.
This is actually the definition of a tucked jelly
I
spoon.
brace for the charge.
He actually was fairly tucked.
He was?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Also,
It was
fair.
quite the tucked jelly spoon.
All right, and at that, with Dandarin shattering his way out of the ice, I think it would be good for us to go to break. So let's come back. It's currently 9:40. Let's come back at about 9:50. So short break, 10 minutes, and we will pick up from there. Well then, we're back, and I will switch back over to being able to see the screen. Back. Caleb. Starchbomb says, Dandarin is the Kool-Aid man, is the fan art that I need to see, and I appreciate that.
You are correct.
Yes.
I also require this.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the 3-part scene where he kills one golem, turns around, kills another golem, and then, even though it's not accurate, he just runs through an ice wall at the other one, like, oh yeah!
Instead of saying, "Oh yeah," would he say, "My brother"?
My brother.
Brother.
Just
My brother.
like tears streaming down his face.
My brother. But my brother.
Each panel, he's
I
progressively
have to put you
angrier
down.
and
My
crying more.
Yeah, just more and more tears.
This is actually what's filling up the Kool-Aid man part of him.
He's just a glass bucket of tears.
This is where the ice is coming from.
All right. So, top of the round, we have Zeract being really mean to Tertia and Sharut's best friend. Zeract, what would you like to do?
That's not true. She's being really mean to Princess Kaldurgs.
Oh, that's true.
And she's going to continue to do that.
If that's what she'd like to do, I suppose.
Yeah. We're going to go make that ranged touch attack again.
Do that.
Does a 16 hit?
It will, even with his, being engaged with Tertia and all that stuff. So, yes.
He takes another 6 damage.
All right. And you see even more of the ice just starting to, wither away. It kind of blackens and sizzles and falls apart. The ice is behaving much like flesh when you use that spell. It's very strange.
As she sees that, she's going to look over to Zmichi, and she's going to say, "When he dies, much of your leverage goes as well. You might try negotiating now."
I attempted negotiation before. I was going to let you all live.
Well, your overtures nevertheless may be repeated at this point.
Fine.
Once we deal with Kaldurgs anyway.
Correct. Leave my very strange-looking friend alone.
Says Tertia. Tertia, you're being grabbed by a man who's preventing you from going and hugging your best friend. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm going to try and do an escape artist check.
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll it.
Fucking not. That's not
Probably not going to work.
Yeah, that's not going to make it. That's not going to do it. Okay.
Well, let's stab him.
What?
Okay. Well, on its turn, it is going to continue to grapple you. So since you are grappled, you take 3 points of cold damage.
I sure don't.
And then
Jesus.
it just phases you into the wall over here.
Okay.
And it starts moving towards Zeract. So basically, its standard action is to put you into the wall, and then it starts moving its way towards Zeract.
Hey, strange-looking but...
And I will... one sec. I have to draw out where you went. And then...
Panic.
Come on! Stop drawing! Alright. God damn it. Fuck this. I'm doing it with squares. I tried. I really did. Every now and then Foundry, it just disappoints me. Alright, and we need more invisible walls. There, and there. And the ones next to Dandarin need to go away because Dandarin broke out of there. So real quick, I will remove that one. And I will put the smaller one where it still exists. And there you go. Zeract, it moves up next to you, but it doesn't swing or anything like that. Its actions are pretty much taken at this point. Tertia, you are just phased into the wall, and you begin to suffocate / drown, much like Dandarin was. After that, it is going to be Delian. It's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna try something, and let's see how it works. What I want to do... Okay, there's the tool. I want a hook shot to about here,
Okay.
and then hook shot again to about here.
Okay. Yeah, that's doable. Like you're trying to get into melee with Smichi?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. It's active for a minute once you use a charge, so you can do that. Like, I believe it's a move action for you to use it, so you pop
and
a move
it's
action over there, and then you pop another one.
25 feet per, and plus an additional 5 for every craft mechanical.
Yeah, so you
every
can...
2.
You have a 35-foot range.
Yes.
So you can move to here, and then after that, you can easily do that. It would sort of be your round unless you chose to spend hero points to get another standard action, but you can do that.
I think I will actually.
Okay.
I would like to get into melee and then sneak attack him.
So give me a stealth check.
Sure.
I would say that this is odd enough that he's not necessarily prepared for it. And he's definitely worried about, like, Tertia and Zeract more than he's been worried about you. So.
Yeah, and I have not really done anything, so I have not proven to be a threat.
So give me a stealth check. I'm going to give you a penalty on it, but just roll it, and I'll see if you manage to sneak. That's yeah. You're good. I will move you next to him because I know you can't get there because of the walls. So you are on top of the walls, and you are next to Smichi, and he seems to be mostly looking at Zeract because Zeract is making overtures towards diplomacy. You know, that Zeract thing. Old diplomatic Zeract.
Yeah, I don't believe in such things.
So
no one does.
What would you like to do now?
I'm going to spend another hero point to give a +8 to my attack roll on the sneak attack.
Okay, so you're
'Cause I really want it to
well,
work.
you can only spend 1 hero point around.
Oh, then I will just do it as normal.
Okay, so go ahead and make the attack roll.
Oh, did I spend a hero point? I don't think I did.
You have to spend a hero point to be able to make the attack.
Oh, you're correct. You're correct.
Yeah. However, since he's flat-footed, that will make it. So that is that which attack or which dagger are you attacking him with?
It would be the Bashk.
The base dagger. Okay. So that is going to be 4 damage total. But it's 4 damage that blows past his damage reduction.
Yeah.
And you hear this startling scream come from him. It sort of like pierces your ears, but also because of what he is / what he's turning into, you kind of hear it in your head too. And then the bit that you're hearing in your head just gets sort of nullified a little bit, and you hear the word protection.
Sweet.
And can you give me a perception check?
Sure.
So as you kind of like come up behind him and you stab him with the Bashk dagger, as you're pulling the purple tinted blade out, you see this strange thing start to happen where like those sort of grotesque chitinous spider legs that are sticking out of his waist, they shrink a little bit, and the sort of atrophied dwarven legs that he's tucking up underneath him, you see them drop down, and the toes are like just to the point where they're like sort of scraping along the ice wall that you're standing on.
Oh, interesting.
The split in his hands kind of starts to reform, and he's screaming. He's, "No, I won't let you. I can't go back." And then it's Sharut's turn. Sharut, Delian, of course, has just betrayed your alliance with Smeechy.
It was only a matter of time.
It was only a matter of time. We all knew this betrayal was coming.
Hey, Numio, why hurts Nietzsche? Tertia, need help protecting.
He's gonna try and get Tertia out of the ice. Pew pew. That's at a -2, but that hits. And then it's also at a -2, but I'm assuming that also hits the ice. I'm basically trying to do the same thing I did for Dandarin.
Okay, sounds good. You're just shooting at the ice and trying to chip it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you see cracks start to form. Like, the ice it's there, it's solid, it's not exceptionally hard. There's just a lot of it. So you, like, the bolts are sinking in pretty well. They are making some cracks. And are you doing anything else?
That's all I can do, really.
Okay, sounds good. And after that will be Smeechy, who does not like this at all. And he will sort of lash his shrinking neck out to bite at you, Delian, with a mouth that is becoming more dwarven as time moves on. So he will make his bite attack, and that is going to be at a +8.
Oh my.
Oh my. For so much damage. Check it out. 1 damage.
Lovely!
You take 1 point of damage. As his
his dwarven chompers.
Yeah, as his very blunt dwarven teeth just kind of like slightly gnaw on like your forearm, but it's just enough to do a little bit of damage. And
Delian's like, quit it.
And I need you to make me a fortitude save, please.
Oh, because he drools! Damn it.
My salivary glands are unbound.
And you made the fort save. So
Ew,
really,
gross.
you just had a dwarf bite you.
Dude, for real, Zamichi is my favorite villain you've ever made.
He's
so inept.
He shouldn't be useless. But all of the dice are just not going for him, and it's hilarious. Lumio, it's all up to you.
Okay. I'm kind of thinking that damage hasn't been done by my.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I will pop that onto Prednas, and I will pop that onto Zamichi.
And that's for 3 rounds, I think, by now.
Well, we did it the first one, so I have to do it one more. So
Okay.
And I will do that. My bad. Keep me honest with that.
Okay.
I usually don't like to go back and do stuff after the fact, but we both forgot. So
Yeah.
I'll do it this time.
Thank you.
Fire, is it doing anything extra to Prednas?
It is.
Yeah,
It is. It is. It's hitting Zamichi for 2. It's hitting Prednas for 3.
Cool. Okay.
All right. Since the thing is going to go off, I'm going to move this way in an attempt to get a better angle on Prednas and do a firebolt at him.
Hold on one sec. I want to. From where you are, you don't have an angle that would hit him. You would have to go over another square. If you went over another square, he would still have cover.
But go over another square, I'd have to do an acrobatics check. If I'm doing that, I might as well keep going until I get a good shot.
All right.
So
The thing with that is that, how can I put it? If you shoot at him, he still has cover. But if you make the ball, you could like roll it in, and that would be able to go around the cover because you're controlling it. And then if you don't want to maintain it, the ball just goes away, and then you could do it again next round. But as it is with the cover there, you would need to either make the acrobatics check or get in the right spot.
Yeah, and I'm not concentrating on this thing anymore, so I can do that.
Okay.
So yeah, I will put the ball of fire out.
Sounds good. I will.
Because I'm turning it to fire, I've got a roll against a 60 on my wild magic, which means I'll actually have wild magic. So, destruction. Neat. Okay.
How much damage do you do?
Let's see if I can reflex save away from the fire.
Yeah, he makes a reflex save instead of you attacking him. Can you guys actually? Man, you can not see that.
I can see a little bit of it.
I can see it. It's just very faint.
Yeah, I think it would be better if I made it. Hold on, I will do something else instead.
Okay.
I'll just do it this way.
Works.
And make that sort of red and flames.
Whoa.
That works.
And
Sounds about right.
you're going to move that about right there.
Well,
That seems good.
And so you made it into fire, so it deals minimized damage to the caster. So you have to make a save. He has to make a save. What is the save against your stuff?
15. Yes, 15 at the moment.
Okay. So he will roll a reflex save, which is not
So will
gonna be
I.
great for him.
All right, I'm going to take minimized damage, which is going to be 2d off of 2d6 2, right?
Yeah, and he takes 2d6 times 1.5. So he's going to take 7.
Nice.
All right. Lumio, sir, would you like to tell me a story?
Oh, sure. So Lumio creates a ball of fire that is strangely warm in this room, and it rolls around the corner and catches Kaldurgs on one of the legs, and suddenly his leg is not wrapped in that ice anymore, and he topples back into the wall that he's made, but that's just on top of the fire, and the other leg breaks away, and his body falls into it, and the ice shatters everywhere as his body is now being roasted inside of the sphere of fire.
So you de-ice legged him and left him with his normal legs, which then couldn't support the ice.
Exactly.
I dig it.
That's very funny.
All right.
You've immured him in fire.
Yeah, you've immured him. Where did you learn this tactic? All right. And that will be your turn, which ain't bad. And then from there, we have Dandarin. Dandarin, what would you like to do, sir?
Well, you see, I am going to abuse the move action abilities. So, as part of a move action, you can put away or pick up attended objects if you have a base attack bonus of 1 or higher. So, as part of my move, I'm going to put my stuff away and pick up my Bardiche. And I want to move here. Oh, there is no wall here. Okay, it's just there's a red square there.
It's not in this square. It's not in this square. That's bad drawing on my part.
And then with my Bardiche, since it has reach, I would like to hit this man. Just swing it up top.
So, hold on. You're putting away your shield and axe and picking...
So as part of my move action, then I'm scooping up my Bardiche from the ground.
So, the thing is that you're trying to do like 3 move actions and a standard action.
It doesn't take my move action. It's as part of a move action, a character with a base attack bonus of 1 or higher can do this.
Yeah,
draw or sheath weapons.
You can draw or sheath. It's not pick up off the ground.
Someone start up the hold music as we circle here.
Do 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 do.
Da 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 da.
Ah, the sultry sounds of Noah.
So yeah, it says...
Oh, answers. Drawing a weapon or picking up a weapon. Oh, it's explicitly. Picking up a dropped weapon is not an action.
When you have a +1, you mean?
Manipulate an item. Manipulating or moving an item is a move action. This includes retrieving or putting away a stored item, picking up an item, moving a heavy object, or opening a door. It's a move action to pick it up. If it wasn't a move action to pick it up, disarm is practically useless. Like, it's action economy. The nice thing about dropping a weapon is that it's a free action. The bad thing about it is that then you drop it on the ground, and you have to be where it is to pick it up. You don't pick it up as you, like, walk over it.
Although now I have plans for a... what's the archetype that creates armor? Just a field of weapons?
Katamari Damacy. That's the archetype.
Yeah.
It sounds like limited blade works to me. That's what it sounds like.
Creation sphere, brute maybe for the bull rush on the sphere.
Yes, I believe it's brute with bull rush.
Yeah,
you're making the dude from Fate.
No,
that's what you're doing.
No, hold on.
In my case, I just stand here and pick up my Bardiche and put my stuff away. That's my turn.
Okay. Zarak, it's your turn.
Just checking a thing really quick. Given that ability that we've discussed, would it be appropriate to run up the side of this wall?
Yeah. I mean, you can't occupy the same square as him, but you can, like, basically be standing on the side.
Yeah, so...
And doing a weird Spider-Man thing.
That's what Zarak does. She runs forward, she runs up the wall, leans forward so that her the ball of her foot is right on the edge of it as she swings the mace, and through that mouthful of shark teeth, she looks at Zamichi and says, "You were never safe." I'm going to spend a hero point for a +8. I'm also going to activate as a swift action the second sight ability that the Crystal Lady provides, which is another +2. So I'll get a +10 to this attack.
Okay, you're also flanking with the Leon, if that matters.
Oh, I am.
Peace was never an option.
Does a 23 hit?
A 23 does indeed.
Okay, now this is an Aberration Bane weapon.
Yeah, so he counts. He won't after this hit, but he does. So go ahead and add your 2d6. So this is not a tell me a story moment, because he doesn't die. What you see is that, like, the purple nodules on the flail just kind of crack into that thorax that he's forming with his big dwarven butt, and it like slams back in to his legs, and so do the small spidery legs that are sticking out of his waist. They just kind of shrink back in. It's super rapid. And you see his arms twist awkwardly as the bones kind of like and like shorten back to a typical dwarven length. And all of the many enlarged vertebrae in his neck just kind of shrink, and his neck goes from being a good 4 feet long to a good, standard dwarven, like 5 inches.
It accordions in.
And yeah, it just accordions back in, and he collapses in this shaking, gibbering heap. And he's just out, and just like, just what that did to his body was unkind. It looked incredibly painful.
And from there, Zarek is going to lean down and just pat him on the face and say, "Ricia does not like change anyway." And then she'll drag him off and then walk down the side of the ice with the unconscious dwarf.
All right, and that will end combat. I'll note the walls will stay. So combat is over. The walls are gonna stick around.
I begin digging Tercy out.
Yeah. You are able to make a lot more progress with beating the ice wall than the crossbows are. I would imagine in maybe a single hit you have Tercia out. And she is Tercia, something shatters the ice from behind you, and you stumble forward and Kool-Aid Man your way out.
And will
I'm pretty sure I just fall out.
Yeah, you probably just fall out. You start to walk out, sauntering like a noble, and what happens instead is that you slip on the ice right there. And, yeah.
Andrew will he'll just slide his way through the little crack he made.
I believe I am bull rushed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bull rush you into Sharut.
So for everybody, you are still in an area of unearthly cold. This is the coldest cold. These are temperatures that you would struggle to actually find on the planet. Zarak, you're fine, but everybody that doesn't have magical protection from cold feels terrible. So
Should vacate.
So since I took that potion Zarak gave me, I'm also fine?
no, so this is not. Zarak is fine for a different reason. Zarak is fine because she's sigil sworn now. You have an Endure Elements potion, which will protect you from normal cold, even if that normal cold is very cold. This is so cold you can't actually find these temperatures on the planet. Like, this is planar magic levels of cold. So
In that case, Sharut is going to say,
Suggest head back to War Room so we can heal. Sharut need prepare ourselves.
Yes. Let's tie up Zamichi once we get out of the immediate cold.
You take Zamichi. And then Zarak will get to the edge of the ice and then just drop him where everybody else can.
okay.
Can reach him.
So,
And then
Eric, I can't walk through this. It's still a wall.
You can't walk through this. It's still a wall. Like, the way that you would have to get out would be to go this way and then slip and slide your way over here. So
Whee!
I imagine there's a lot of like falling from pretty much everybody who's not Delian zipping around on a hook
Dandrin's
shot.
just sliding on his tower shield.
Yeah, like that's pretty much your option.
I almost suggested when we were fighting the big statues that while they didn't have any problem with the ice floor, since your shield would have, you just throw it under their feet and then like a tray, they just.
That would have been funny.
I would have allowed.
Yeah,
it.
I prefer what I did in that fight more.
The charge, but yeah, that was a great fight regardless.
Honestly, that Dandrin really shone in that fight. Like,
Yeah.
most of the time, it's like, it's a golem, you're fucked, and Dandrin was just like, yeah, watch.
Observe.
So,
Sorry. Did you say item?
so what is everybody doing in here? Zorak has walked over and sort of thrown Zmichi down, and now what you see is Zmichi is a fairly small dwarf. Like he's still bigger than Chirrut. He's just, he's tiny for a dwarf. Sort of wiry looking, with kind of a pot belly. He doesn't look too old, but he does look not all there. The dude has like that egg cape hair, and the cape is too long and it's very frilly. So he is completely bald on top, and then has like 8 inches of hair that are just wild right now. Same with his beard. And the clothing that he's wearing seems like it didn't withstand the transformation very well. So it's all in tatters and ripped, except for a few kind of pieces. Yeah, you guys have him. Zorak, it looks like, walked back to Kaldurg's. So while Zorak can sort of exist in here, for you guys it's harder. What would you like to do?
I will go back very briefly. Once we have him tied up, Andrin will make the very wee on his shield and wee on his shield. And basically he's just going to take a look at the spears.
Yeah, Zorak was gathering all that stuff up. Yeah.
Oh, good. All right, take him back into the other way. Wee!
Okay, and
then Zorak.
Wee!
So Dandrin is basically doing the thing where like a kid sits in a wagon and then uses their arms on the ground to propel themselves.
Basically.
Okay, so while Dandrin's doing that, Tertia, Delian, Lumio, Chirrut, what would you all like to do?
I'd like to see if I can shut that portal.
You would have to get closer to it, if you want to do that. So move yourself over and then give me a knowledge planes check.
Direct will if you approach the portal with intent, she's going to stop and put a hand out. No.
No what?
This will continue to exist here.
For what purpose?
It's not yours to close.
And it's yours to keep open?
It is.
You were tasked with this?
Let's call it less of a task. Turn around.
This place is harming all those around it.
It's only harming you because you intruded into it.
Just as you have been intruding into it.
Your argument is not swaying.
And yours is neither. This place doesn't need to exist, and it doesn't.
Greater beings than you have tried to close manifest zones. They are stronger than you are.
This isn't a manifest zone. It's artificial. That's what that portal is doing. Obviously.
I don't believe that to be the case. Regardless, I won't allow you to do this.
I am doing. You're jumping to conclusions.
Dracula will kind of set the spears and just stand arms crossed.
Lumio goes to examine the portal.
Okay. Give me a knowledge planes roll.
Okay. Skills, knowledge, planes. There.
So how can I put it? This is it's a little beyond your kin. You're not exactly incredibly skilled with planar knowledge, but you know that the manifest zone will exist whether or not the gate's up. And looking at it, you don't actually know the purpose of the gate itself, because the zone exists it seems like the gate, if it's doing anything, is just kind of concentrating it in the nearby area, but it's hard to tell exactly. Like the manifest zone would have been here long before, like the manifest zone would have been here at the creation of the planet. This is just a mortal attempt to amplify the effects on the immediate area. As far as you can tell, you're not getting much more than that.
Okay. So it appears that this artifact is not the anchor to Risia. It's only concentrating it here, much like those statues you identified below. If that's the case, then changing the nature of Risia so that it is more concentrated here, is that the purpose you think that this thing achieves?
Redness Kaldurgs, as the Uldra had indicated, appears to have obtained aid from the other side, from inside of Risia itself. Stagnant though it is, the plane will hold things in stasis. The option to hold more things in stasis is likely attractive. Regardless, it's not spreading beyond this place. It is only the foolish who come here, unprepared, that would suffer. And, let's be clear, it's not exactly an easy walk here. We have had to fight tooth and nail to get as far as we have, and even that has been dubious at times. You're looking to destroy, alter, shut down some of the most interesting planar magic that I've seen in some time. I have no interest in letting you do so.
And I have no interest in being here. And I shall leave.
Okay, so Lumio heads out. Tertia and Sharut, either of you doing anything other than just, like, skedaddling?
Tertia's going to ask through chattering teeth, like, which way is this war room you speak of?
Sorry, Sarut said. Warm room. Common tricky.
Fun fact.
Okay.
In Goblin, warm room also means war room. It's weird. Weird language. Very weird language.
Incredibly easy typo.
Yeah. The worm room. I mean, damn it.
These are right next to each other.
Sharut does have some stuff he wants to do, but right now, main priority is getting back to that room and getting everybody healed. So he kind of has to put it on the back burner. But before we go, we have one of those knives, correct?
Yes, you have one. The keeper's knife. Yeah, you found one below.
So Sharut would probably have to ask Zaract for confirmation, but is Kaldurg's soul trapped within this entombed?
It definitely seemed like it. Like he was saying that you guys were betrayers who were working against him, like everyone else. It certainly seemed like it was. So I mean, if you ask Zaract, that would, with Zaract's previous knowledge check of 30, yeah, that seems pretty appropriate.
So from Sharut's standpoint, it would be honorable to take out Kaldurg's with the knife and then break the stone, correct?
Yeah, that would ensure that he is not trapped in the body.
Correct has another method for that.
Well, Sharut's going to basically say,
let's get back to here. Zaract, if can free Kaldurg's soul, please do. If not, may need to use keeper knife found before.
And then he's going to start heading out.
Okay.
He's going to head out while carrying Zimichi, his best friend.
His new best friend.
Yeah, his new best friend.
Yeah. You probably aren't looking at Zmichi like your new best friend anymore because he no longer has that spell-like ability. He no longer has that supernatural ability. He lost it when they shunted him back in a dwarf form.
Just because he lost it, though, doesn't mean the duration has ended, right?
I mean, if that's what you want to do, yeah.
So Zamichi is still my best friend. So
All right.
we're gonna carry him back to the farm.
He's your best friend for the next day.
Root, be careful with him.
All right. And
Trying.
Delian, are you doing anything?
Yeah, I'm questioning the motives of the party.
Yes.
Delaney, stick with me. I think some of them are not right in the head right now.
Really, what gave that away?
Oh, I don't know. Saying that a not dwarf traitor is their best friend. Just weird things.
Yeah, just
So
some
Zarak
weird
hasn't been
things.
herself for a hot minute here. Anyway, let's just get going. But
Yeah, let's just get out of here.
All right. So everybody, you're heading back to the warm room.
Yeah, you want to group us?
Yes.
I'm going to be doing some things.
Yeah. So I imagine that Zarax is staying. The rest of you are heading back to the warm room.
Could Zaract isn't following, like Dandrin will collect the spear she pulls out before she then stays behind.
Yep. That's
So
true. She will
you
look
can
over
do
it.
that. I will tell you, Eric. Dandrin can do that if he wants. It is unearthly cold here. He will likely be frozen to death before he gets them all.
How many of them are there?
He was attacked by a number of his people. There are a lot of weapons in him. So if you're going to wait for them, you can, but you're going to be dealing
I
with
looked for the choice ones.
it.
Then a praise check.
Dude, deal with getting them later. Like you will literally die. That's what I'm saying. Like if you want to, fine. You will freeze to death. So yeah, everybody will go down, taking their time, sort of sliding on their butts down the steps, and go back over to the warm room. You have to basically what everybody. Shit, where is everybody in this room? Oh, you're all up here.
We're stuck in the little wall.
Yeah, Here we go. That's one move. And that's two move. What are you? Stop moving.
Not with the group. It was left behind.
Left behind.
You were left behind. I don't know why I'm
Stayed
here at all.
behind.
All right. So you guys, you basically have to come down these steps. If you don't, it's up to you. You can come back down these steps. The problem is that Dandrin's dragon mark, Dandrin's dragon mark
Door.
has arcane locked this door. It's hard to get that open. So coming down these steps
me?
is much easier. I mean, honestly, yes. Even for you, it makes it harder to break. So yeah.
Well, I mean, I made the arcane lock. I can just undo it, right?
Nope. Arcane locks are permanent.
Oh, jeez.
So you guys all get in there. The brightest room. And
The sun is in here.
and yeah, you will have. I don't have a different mini for him, but you will have Zmichi there, who is apparently tied up and doing his thing.
We found Zumichi. He's tied up. He's right there. He goes in. He drops some gold and some more sausages and says, "Thank you for your hospitality. You're all wonderful." Just closes the door behind him.
And you guys see Dandrin walk out, and there's just like this like mug of ale just following him along the ground. Like, stop, pick me up. And yeah, once you actually pick a seat, it just sort of appears on the table in front of you. And as you head in, when you guys open the door, you'll see that Frasidna and Corley will both be ready. Like, you open the door, and Sidna has her sword and shield out, and Corley is standing there with like that black energy writhing up and down both arms. And then they see it's you, and they Sidna relaxes slowly. Corley just kind of like all the energy just fades away real quick, and she moves back to where she needs to be able to see the front door and guard Geralt. And Corley will ask, as you guys come back in, what happened to Zerect? She
decided to stay behind.
She's fine. She's taken time. The binding she did makes her somewhat impervious to the cold, so she opted to stay behind and examine some of the things we left. She should be around soon.
And who is your new friend?
Oh, that's Michi, the traitor.
You mean best friend?
No, traitor.
Sharut, stop it. Some help.
Sharut confused.
You guys are kind of being dick friends right now.
Hey, you guys have been through a lot. Maybe you guys should just take a nap for about a day and rethink your lives. And then when you wake up, you might have a different view. Just saying.
I mean,
Sharut, I have
I'd
no
rather
time
not
for
wait
nap.
a day.
Must heal.
Yeah, I'd rather just leave.
Yeah.
I'm hoping one of you guys knows how to get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we know how to get out.
Great.
Because she doesn't know how to
Was
get
I-
out.
Oh God, is this what happened to me?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, damnation, that makes a lot more sense.
Is what happened to you?
Oh, well, the reason I forgot everything, there's a black ice. It's a magical thing. It saps your memories away, and Jessia caught a blow to the head from it. Oh, she forgot yesterday and most of today.
Well, that's too bad. And Tertia, Corley will sort of wave at you and say, "Hello, I am Corley."
Hi.
And Sidna just kind of like nods once and says, "And I'm Sidna."
Greetings.
I don't know how far back your memory loss goes, but for Dandern it seemed to extend a few days.
I appreciate it. I didn't know who you were when I walked in the room.
And so, at the moment, you are just running blind with no idea really of what's going on.
I mean, the last couple days are real fuzzy. I just know I was part of something, coming here to find something. All I know is I could really kill for some Siren wine.
Well, there is no Siren wine here, but there is all the mushroom ale you could wish to drink.
Sure, it tastes just the same.
It tastes mostly like mushrooms, only watery.
Yeah.
If you are not a gourmand who appreciates a good mushroom, I imagine it's like drinking dirt.
I mean, it just
You
reminds
lie to
me
yourself
of the streets of Seer.
well enough.
It just reminds me of the
Anything can
streets of
taste.
Seer. This tastes like the runoff down on Baker Street.
How do you know what the runoff on Baker Street tastes like?
Look,
How do you
I
not?
lived a hard life.
I mean, you gotta cut
Aren't you-
a few corners.
Aren't you a noble? Yeah.
Okay, so you guys basically have Smichi tied up. I imagine like kind of putting him over here so that people can keep watch on him. All right. So as you all start getting warm again, and within an hour or so, you'll actually start like healing up the non-lethal damage you took from the cold and removing your fatigue. But while you're doing that, we'll go back up here to Zoract.
An hour, you say? Do you want me to roll some healing rolls?
You can wait on it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna trap everyone in the ice walls because that's funny to me.
Oh no, the nightmares have started.
Oh no, I can't breathe. Whatever will I do?
So you'll all be able to see what Justin's doing.
Lumio's cheating.
But no one. Hold on.
I wonder, could I actually phase out if I was immured?
If you were immured, you could not phase out because the walls are solid. So if you made darkness,
and
what
it
you
would
would
be
be is a
semantic.
shadow trapped in clear ice.
Very
Don't
cool.
Can you do me a favor and put me next to my best buddy's Michi? Please?
You know what? That seems fair.
Yeah.
Can you do something really solid for me? Can you put Sharut away from Sumitsi?
You know what?
Maybe?
That also seems fair.
Thanks. You're a true friend.
Valid.
Here,
Valid.
let me just do this, and then
Just put him
this
in
one
his
back
own
there.
little.
And Sharut has a little Sharut box, and Zmichi can see him, but they will never hold hands.
they will never connect.
Okay, so Zaract, you are in the room with the gate of old Shirak. What would you like to do? It is frigid here. It is unpleasant. Even for you, like it's not unpleasant for you, but even you can tell like this is cold. This is ungodly cold. What would you like to do?
So the first thing that Zerect does is she kind of begins to like gather all of the crushed ice of Prednus Kaldurgs and his body, his scorched bones.
Yeah.
And she says, "You were a warlord of old, but even you must recognize defeat. First, killed by the betrayers, now by those that you would not consider equals." And she's saying this Orc, as close as she can get to that language.
Yeah.
Not killed by equals, but by those who come after. You must recognize now that your empire truly has fallen. It is no longer a tired old soul frozen in ice in a room to be used by those who may come. And so I will give you the death that you deserve and freedom from this. You won't be a remnant, but can move on to something else, perhaps to be as great there as you were here. And using her Nevermore ability, she will disintegrate his bones.
Okay.
And then she will blast the remaining ice with that same ability over and over again until it is gone.
Yeah, and that will definitely do it. Yeah, and it's weird. Like this ice reacts to the disrupt undead the same as it would react to an undead creature. It withers, it shrivels. You see it like sort of ash off a little bit and flake away. It's kind of disconcerting, but you're able to just like obliterate the warlord's corpse, and it just leaves behind the weapons that were inside him as he just becomes less and less and less, and then nothing.
And at that point, Zerect will stand and kind of stretch a little bit because she's been down, like hands and knees for a bit. And then she'll look at the weapons and step aside. That's a thing for later. But she passed up this once, and she's not going to do it again. This portal, is it actually a gateway? Is it something that can be traversed?
Give me a knowledge planes roll. You think it was meant to be a sort of like a kind of halfway a gate, halfway a summoning. And given the runes that you see kind of etched into it along the way, what you think he was trying to do is basically, in his desperation towards the end, he was trying to free Dral Couture and bring her here. So this portal has latched onto something, and they're like the area here, the cold is amplified, but it's not like she's crawling through it.
Okay. Maybe not the wisest idea ever, but Zeract is going to step through.
It's not a, how can I put it? It's not a gateway. It's not actually a gate. Like it's more of a, it's trying to make the local area coterminous. It's trying to bring a portion of Risia here.
Okay.
And the portion of Risia that is trying to bring here is the portion that is sort of linked to where she's trapped in the Frostfell.
Gotcha.
So the Frostfell is essentially like, think of it as like the Arctic Circle. So essentially he's trying to go like, okay, like places that are like the Arctic Circle, the ice caps in the world, are usually manifest zones to Resia. So if I link this place with the place in Resia that's linked to those, I might be able to get her here to help me maintain the stasis of my empire.
Yeah, it'll be close enough that like calls to like, and then
Yeah, it didn't work, clearly. Like,
yeah,
but it's still doing something with extreme cold.
This will be a neat thing to spend some time on.
Yeah.
Zorak will go and gather up the remaining weapons.
Yeah, as you're gathering up the weapons, can you give me an awareness roll?
Like a perception check,
sorry, a perception check. I keep saying awareness because the other game that I play has awareness.
That's okay.
So, sort of in the group of things that didn't get ashed are odd pieces of organic matter. You're recognizing them, and they don't look fully human or fully hobgoblin, I guess I should say. They do look broken, destroyed, partially rotted away. But since you were concentrating on the corpse and the ice, and not necessarily the accoutrements, you didn't really get all of these. Can you give me a knowledge planes check?
Yeah, absolutely.
In underneath or I guess sort of inside the helmet of the body that is just ashed, you find an eye, and it looks like a sort of this is a graft, and it's a demonic graft that has been sort of broken, and because it's living material, it's also sort of partially decayed, and because you were hitting it with that thing, it's partially ashed. On his left arm, not the arm that he held his spear with, you see an partially ashed arm that has basically these, like, it only has 3 fingers, and the fingers look to be entirely claw. They're just these shards of bone, and then over large like tendons and muscle and sinew, and it looks like a monster's arm was kind of grafted onto his in place of what he had. And then also in his helmet, you are able to see a heavy jawbone that just has these like incredibly spiky teeth, nowhere near as many as you have right now since you are bound to a shark spirit, but definitely bigger than a hobgoblin would have. And then as you're kind of like rifling through things and like gathering up all the weapons and gathering up his armor, you hear something rolling around in the armor, and it appears to be a heart. It looks kind of like it's still sort of very softly pulsing, but it also looks like some of that rot and that nevermore power that you squeaked out of Primal Ravager is still managed to get, the edges of it. You heard from Sharut that he had replaced his he had Dakani prosthetics that bordered on artifacts, and that he sent them away and got replacements for them. And now, recognizing that this man worshipped Dral Couture and seeing that he has demonic grafts, you kind of have an idea of where he might have gotten those replacements.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense.
They are broken. They are organic, so if you wish to just continue to use Nevermore on them, you can ash them, or you can take them with you. It's up to you.
Alcatur is, in Zarak's estimation, she's a critical part of Risia. She's an awful part from a very human perspective. She's not something that you want around, but she's a necessary part of like the landscape, the effects of that place. And where Risia is coterminous with Eberron, with the plane, the body of the dragon, that's fine. That's how that works. But bringing her through specifically it's madness.
Yeah, like the warlords want different things. Drow Couture as an entity exists to cover the world in an endless winter. She's not even necessarily linked to Risia. Risia is just the easiest way to connect with her because they're both cold, and she works through cold.
Yeah. These pieces are, at some point, Zarak probably does have an inkling that there'll be a point where she'll shut down this, or maybe change the focus of this gate to make it to avoid pulling something quite so specific. But now, with pieces of Dralcatur's sort of power in hand, he ashes them, absolutely destroys them.
Okay, so yeah, you just sort of hold your hand over them and channel Prime Ravager's power, and you just see them ash away and just blow in the wind, the like frosty wind that's coming from the gate, and they just blow away, and you are left with a number of spears. There are 13 different spears in him, as well as a trio of daggers and 2 flails and a spiked chain. And
somebody was real committed with the flails.
It looks like he got Caesared, but he got Caesared by people who were like armed.
Yeah.
And so yeah. You can basically take them and sort of put them in his armor, and then come down and be able to like get it all back to the warm room if that's what you'd like to do.
Yeah, she'll kind of awkwardly carry it down the stairs and get it back that way.
Sounds good. So if that's the case, then I will move that, and I will grab you, and I will take you back. All right. So for everybody in the warm room, you hear some loud noises coming down the hallway, and you see Forsidna stand up and draw her sword and sort of get in a defensive position, and you see that dark energy wreath up Corale's arms again. And then Zarak appears. Zarak's slightly stronger, but still carrying a lot, so I imagine you're just dragging it behind you. Like, you have to be.
Yeah, she's got the muleback cords, but yeah, even with those.
Yeah. So, and Zarak appears dragging in the armor of Prednus Kaldurgs and a lot of weapons. Just a lot of them. Like, oh my god.
And she'll meet Dandarin halfway and just kind of like set it down and be like, from this point the rest of these are yours. And she'll yours to sort and identify. She'll stop and move next to Shrut and say, if you have a moment, there are facts that you should know. Let us step aside.
Shrut's kind of in the middle of making it herself, but he'll put that on pause.
For simplicity's sake, since we're not threatened here, John Eric, I'm just taking 10 on all these items.
Okay. There's only one that I need you to roll on. So roll once. For the other ones, I will tell you, you have 2 magical spears. So 2 of them are +1 spears. The rest of them
Holy shit.
Wow. Nice.
The rest of them are non-magical except for the artifact that you just identified. The daggers are all just masterwork daggers. The spiked chain is a +1 spike chain, and each of the flails are just masterwork. They used some of their magic weapons, but they didn't use just magic weapons to do this. The weapon you just identified is sort of the weapon that he is known for. It is the Frozen Spear.
Frozen Spear.
The Frozen Spear was the personal weapon of Prednux Caldurgs and is imbued with his power. In its base form, the weapon functions as a +1 spear made of Resian Rimefire ice. The weapon automatically lightly steams as it defrosts when gripped in areas above freezing temperature, providing the user with a 10% concealment at all times. If the user wishes, they can spend a standard action to enact the ability in frozen conditions as well, where it will last for 1 minute. On command, the wielder can rapidly thaw the weapon, gaining 50% concealment for themselves and lowering the temperature of the area within 5 feet by 1 step. This also lasts for 1 minute. And then once per minute, the weapon reforms itself back to its original shape. This happens regardless of how the weapon was destroyed, thawed out, dismantled, etc. Essentially, it's when it says +1 spear made of Rimefire ice, that's kind of like saying it's a +1 cold spear, but the cold part isn't an enchantment; it's part of how it's created. Or sorry, +1 frost spear. It's just part of how it's created is that it's made of that stuff, and that stuff does extra cold damage when you stab people with it. His armor is aberration. It's +2 aberration defiant scale mail, meaning that the AC. This works kind of like Bane weapons, but for armor. So like the enhancement bonus is a little bit higher, and it also gets DR2 against attacks from aberrations. And then he has something that's basically it's on his back but not deployed. It's attached to the armor. Essentially what this is a banner. It's a banner that can be attached to a spear or a polearm, or if you get a proper harness, it could just be attached to that. And it deals with the war sphere. And what it does is it's a totem of liberation, or it gives you, if you have the ability to use totem of liberation, it increases the spell level. If you don't, it gives you totem of liberation. Totem of liberation is one that you can put down, and it gives you an insight bonus on mind affecting effects, enchantment, and mind sphere abilities. He was dealing with a lot of like crazy Zoriat stuff, so that kind of works. And yeah, so that's what you found. It's like, it looks like a platoon stabbed this man to death and then just left their weapons there.
So quietly, under her breath, in that weird sibilant monotone, Zarak is going to explain to Sharut that having traded out his artifacts, the pieces that made his empire great, he'd replaced them with fiendish flesh from Dral Couture. And then just kind of unhesitatingly, she says, "And I destroyed them. I burnt them to ash. Dral Couture's influence is not something that, even with your interest in history, that should be propagated. I feel you have a right to know."
I feel like Zarak's probably enough hints for Sharut to make a guess that she was or is a part of the Gatekeepers, right?
He knows them.
Okay.
Yeah, she said that she said that she knows them before. Like, she's not a part of the sect, but she grew up with them in the Eldian Reaches. Like, she said that before, like 20 episodes back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Sharut would probably say something along the lines of, you speak Orcish, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's on Sharut's character sheet. Let me check. Yeah. Okay. Sharut's going to speak Orcish.
The Dakani of old trusted the gatekeepers to make decisions in regards to fighting the madness. From what it sounds like, Caldurgs was unfortunate and was not able to fight it to his last dying breath. I appreciate you putting him to rest at last.
I gave
Avoid
him rights,
death.
albeit not the rights that your people may have, but enough to free him, in my estimation.
He had a warrior's death, and he is known still with honor in the Takani. He will always be known with honor for being the last great warlord. I also appreciate you destroying those... The word is difficult for me to describe, but aberrations on his flesh. Hopefully, we can find what he removed.
At that point, Zeract will kind of hold up a hand, drop most of the fingers except for the first one, and then point at Sharut's chest and say, "You can find. I'm staying here."
I assume it's to learn from what the old Akani have made of this place.
It is that in part, but the clarity of my current sight has made this decision easier. I have no concept of how you might allow a murderer to stay amongst the rest of you. It's something that I've grappled with for weeks now, and I do not think that we walk the same paths. Here, at least, I won't have to look over my shoulder, nor necessarily watch his every move, though I would caution you to be wary. Regardless of the heartfelt defenses that others have put upon him, he is a murderer, and that kind is liable to do the same given the opportunity, given the chance of profit. It is better our paths end here and diverge. Still, I would ask that you take my share, and you see to the people, particularly the shifters of New Seer. Without me to watch and guide them, they'll lack those who stand in their corner. I trust you enough to do this.
To say it is a shame to see such a good warrior leave my side. But you have my word, your share will reach the shifter community. As for our mutual acquaintance, I do believe him to be capable, but will also take your warning and remain cautious.
At that point, Zerax is gonna reach out and shake his hand if she can.
Sharut will meet it, and he will say in Goblin, which he knows she doesn't understand. He'll say,
no, not at all.
Tamut.
And then she's gonna take out her backpack and basically pull out everything except for the stuff that she needs. So all of the magic items that she's been holding on to. She's gonna keep the muleback cords because carrying stuff is useful.
Yeah.
And the ring of sustenance actually is pretty critical here, and that's something that she's gonna hold on to. But otherwise,
What about your big anti-aberration stick?
oh no, she's holding on to that. Yeah, fucking absolutely. The Dolgons, she's gonna be like, this is not a good idea. And that's really gonna be the thing that seals it. But everything else that she's got, all of her money, in fact, she passes over.
Okay. Yeah. And it's especially where you're sitting right now, it's just uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Because
she hates
so
it.
much.
This is good.
Like, the room is warm, yeah, but there's so much over here by this thing. And it's just like, ugh. But yeah, Zerax is able to empty out her stuff. And I think we will start there next week, probably with everybody kind of getting ready and heading out. So thanks for playing, everyone, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next week. Goodbye.